right, guys, we are live. This is day two, Hawaiki Nui 2025. We're going to go ahead and get right into the action. This morning, we're starting off. Again, this is your day two. So we have our veterans, 60s, our junior men on the line, as well as the women. They're all getting ready to race. This is their final day. So our women's final day, as well as our veterans 60, and then our juniors. So we're going to go ahead and actually jump into a live feed. We're actually starting our show just a little bit early so we can cover some of the action that's happening currently right now in Tahiti. So thank you, first of all, for joining us, and thanks to TNT TV for giving us this live broadcast, as well as shopoutrigger.com and Ade Tahiti, so we can provide some coverage, especially for these early races. So currently on the water, we have our men's veterans 60s, as well as our junior boys racing, and then we have also our veterans women and our senior women. They should be starting within a moment's time, but currently we have a team down in Tahiti that's going to be bringing some live coverage and some updates. But just to give a quick recap, yesterday was day one. Day one for these veterans, as well as the women's and the juniors. They participated in a shorter course yesterday at Raiatea. So with that, they competed and they had their initial day, and today is going to be their final day. So moving into that, we will have our senior men's event, the main event for our veterans 40s and 50s, as well as the senior men's, which is, again, a 3-day event for them. They, again, are on day two. Today is considered the sprint race. This race is going to be starting in Raiatea, and it's going to be headed towards Taha, and that's going to be the culmination for our women's today. So in the standings currently, there was, for the women's seniors, there was Nui Va that came out on top in first place. Then there was a team from Hawaii. So Team Hawaii, mostly made up of the Bradley women, finished in second and not too far behind. They were less than 30 seconds from the time frame. And then followed up in third place was another Ihilani team. So Ihilani has two. One Hawaii crew managed to get in second place yesterday. We do have another team from Hawaii, Team Nalu, that finished in fifth and had a really, really good race. There was a few little bit challenges at the start from what we found out yesterday. So for the remainder of the day, we're going to be bringing a lot of updates. We're going to go and continuously give you live coverage for the rest of the morning, as well as going into the noon time. But we're just really excited because if you have been following yesterday, we had excellent conditions as far as the surf for the open men, as well as the veterans 40s and 50s. So moving into day two, it's considered a sprint race. We're looking at 18 miles for the entirety of everybody today. So I mean, we're in for a lot of good action. We did get an update. The conditions are relatively windy currently in Tahiti. They're looking at 20 to 25 plus wind conditions this morning. So that seems like it might be the challenge. However, majority of the race is mostly inside of a lagoon before they cross a small channel to Taha. And inside of that, it's going to be all along the coastline. I mean, this race is going to be exciting because it, again, is accumulated based on the time that you have over your 2 days of racing for the women and the juniors. But as far as the senior event, it's going to be 3 days. So again, thanks for tuning in. We have a team live, our Ocean Paddler TV team over there. We have Alex and Kenji on the water, but currently on screen, we do have our drone that is kind of doing a flyby, but it looks like, again, looks like we got some of our wahine that just started. So again, 8 o'clock was your veteran 60, as well as your junior men that started at just at 8 o'clock. And then 5 minutes later, we have our women's veterans, as well as our senior women racing. So we've got Team Hawaii on the water racing against the two top Ihilani crews, as well as Team Nalu trying to make a move today, as again, this is their finals day. But as you can see, movement and swell running inside of this channel. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at our mapping, but right there on screen, looks like this crew is having a great race. This is your day one, Huahine to Raiatea, and now we're going to be doing this portion, this dark yellow line here for day two. So Raiatea upwards to the north end of Taha, and again, it's about 26 kilometers, so you're looking at maybe close to just under 18 miles. So again, really exciting moment here as we're going to try to see if Team Hawaii can pull off the upset as they were in second place yesterday, just behind this crew right here, which is none other than Nui Va. So Ihilani taking the win yesterday for day one and competing here for day number two. This is going to be your women's championship day right here. And we can see they fell behind just a little bit, but they're just right on the, right on the edge and tail of that crew in the front, which I believe is, again, the Hawaii crew. So Team Hawaii looking off like a good start. We'll get some confirmations later, but strong paddling and really, really close race so far as, again, we just started. We started at 8:05 for these women here, and Ihilani, there's Vehai steering that boat. I believe there's going to be Nateahi and Vaimiti in there as well. And they got a really, really strong group of women, and they've been having a strong season, as we did speak of them yesterday, winning the Nawahine Molokai this past year. So big congratulations to them. But it's going to come down to today, and we're going to see who's going to walk away with a podium finish for first, second, and third. But it's really exciting to kind of follow this race and see. Again, it's all accumulated in time, so we're going to find out who is going to take the podium finish. Team Hawaii needs to be a little over, I believe, 26 seconds ahead of Ihilani in order to take the overall win. So Ihilani either needs to just maintain and close the gap and make sure it doesn't exceed more than 25 seconds for an overall time frame. So, of course, it's going to be a really close race, and it's going to come down to a little bit more of the endurance side of racing and that strategy of will for the next 16 or so miles. So it's going to be really exciting to see the finish for that women's race because it was absolutely close. But right here on screen, you can see we've actually just started leaving the coastline and the point of Raiatea as we make our way across a short channel before we get into, again, still some clean water, not necessarily too rough. And they'll make their way towards Taha and all the way up the north end. So just going to be a really good race here. But this right here is Rua Hatu on the screen. They were looking really strong as they took a more inside path. And again, you still see there's a lot of good running water coming out of this channel here. So this is going to be a really good opportunity to just kind of keep the pressure going and maintaining all the way across this small channel here. But again, we just want to thank everyone for tuning in. We did start the feed just a little early. We wanted to catch some of the start of this women's race as well as the juniors who took off a little bit earlier prior to the women's start. So this is going to be the same race for everyone today. Today, everyone will be participating in the second day of the same course, unlike yesterday where these particular paddlers actually were on more on the Raiatea course and had a shorter day one compared to the senior men and the men's 40s and 50s. So big shout out to TNT TV for allowing us to broadcast this and bring some live coverage for you. Again, we're just here to provide as much as we can so you guys can see some of the action going down in Hawaiki Nui 2025. But slowly we've been getting a lot more coverage here for the women's, but oh man, looking really good here in this Va'a, this light purple and white, just beautiful Montahina. Looks like they have a really good track. Looks like they're kind of taking this more northern side of the run and trying to just kind of probably keep up with that little channel side of the reef and just try to keep that flow with all of that little current running down to Taha. So just as we make our way this morning, guys, it's 8:15 a.m. And we have started again day 2 of Hawaiki Nui, and man, it's going to be a great opportunity to see what this crew does here. This is your Ihilani Va'a, your current leaders in the standing as of right now for your women's race. Again, they look really strong. They've got a lot of great talent and competitors there, and we're just really excited to see this race happen because, again, they're trying to minimize any gap between them and Team Hawaii for day 2. And again, this is a championship day here for these women on the water. So big congratulations to them yesterday, but best of luck today as we've started to see them make their way to Taha. So we're getting a really excellent drone shot here of the distance that these two crews have created. So again, thanks for tuning in. Again, this boat right here looks like none other than the Bradley women from Team Hawaii. So a big shout out to these wahine as they are down here to compete and see if they can pull an upset off today. And we know they're going to put off a fierce race, and we're going to see what happens when we get closer to the north end of Taha. So again, just stay tuned, gang. We're going to bring to you as much live coverage and footage as possible. And we're looking forward to seeing, again, everybody finish day 2 and, in healthy and good fashion. But looks like they've definitely decided to push the pace here. This first canoe is definitely trying to make their way towards Taha and just kind of keep the gas pedal all the way to the floor right now because, man, they've made a really big move right from the start. They obviously have tried to create some kind of gap, and they want to keep kind of basically keep opening up that distance because, again, it needs to be more than 25 seconds in order for them to win the overall Hawaiki Nui, and that'll be them doing it all over again. So this would be their second opportunity to do that. There is a handful of other wahines racing from Hawaii as well. Notably Team Nalu. It's a mixture of some of that Kilohana women in Kauai, as well as your Healani wahines from Oahu. And again, there is a couple of other Bradley women on that crew as well. So just really excited to see how they'll do. But right here is your crew, Team Nalu. We didn't get the lineup, but it looks like, again, we got Dondi, we've got Rillo. It looks like possibly Iliao Makua in there, as well as there was Celeste, Kauluvai. There was a handful of other Mehana. So it's just going to be, again, a really strong team. But it looks like they got a really good line right here with some nice cross bumps, just trying to get them across this small channel here. As you guys can see, these islands are not too far apart, so there's going to be a lot of texture coming off of both of these islands. As you notice, there's a swell hitting to the back right of the Va'a, as well as kind of that side wind that's not allowing it to be as easily controlled. So they're looking really strong there. Team Nalu, go get them, gang. Right here as well, we got this other Va'a that's looking really strong. There was, again, these are looking like your top 4 Va'a on the water right now for your women race right now. So really excited to see how this will all fare out. But check this out. They're just basically catching a lot of that bump right off that reef line here. So a lot of it is just kind of strategy of taking advantage of everything that this ocean got to offer. But this is going to be a good race here for these women. And same thing for Team Nalu. If they can close the gap up from yesterday as far as time, it's going to be a really good result for them as well. But again, big shout out to everyone for tuning in today for day number 2, Hawaiki Nui 2025. Looking forward to seeing everybody putting all your comments and your good luck to all of these paddlers here. But again, just looking really strong right here. This is your team, Nalu, and man, just really excited. Got to chat with Kaina Makua the other night. It just said that women are strong, looking good. They did have a little bit of a tie-up on day 1. Just like many of the races, a lot of times the race starts can be a big challenge, as sometimes you get caught up in maybe some boats in front that are a little bit slower, and then it kind of puts you off on a different direction, and you get hooked up and whatnot. But man, we're just this boat looks effortless right now, and they're looking extremely strong. Looks like Rillo there in the Va'a today. Didn't see her in there yesterday, so it looks like there were some adjustment changes. Looking forward to seeing if maybe they'll be able to squeeze up that time gap there. Oh man, these Wahine are looking really strong today, as they're making their way across this channel to Taha, and then after that it's a all out, pretty much a swell-less inside, as they're going to be mostly in the lagoon. So it's basically a iron sprint race. Not too much conditions to restrict them from any type of catastrophes there, but guys, thanks for tuning in. Just super excited to bring this live feed. We're trying to get some updates from some of the crews in Hawaii as we start our morning. So good morning to you guys. Day number 2. We'll give you guys a little bit more updates. We're probably going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll give you guys some updates. But I'm going to go ahead and give a call down to Tahiti, try to find out a little bit of the crews, and we'll give you guys some live updates soon.
This special simulcast in English of the 2025 Hawaiki Nui Va from Tahiti is made possible by TNTV, Tahiti Nui Television, Are Tahiti, ShopOutrigger.com, Ocean Paddler TV, and these great supporters. When you're on the water, you want to be safe. But the Voga Va'a flotation vest is also designed with a snug fit and comfort, so it won't interfere with your performance. This lightweight vest is made of flexible neoprene, giving you full mobility with every stroke. Paddlers love a vest that feels good and won't slow you down. Be smart, be safe, be comfortable with Voga at ShopOutrigger.com.
Allow us to help you grow your brand and expand your business by reaching Hawaii's giant outdoor sports and ocean enthusiast demographic. Zone Media Advertising specializes in television commercial production and campaigns, social media content production and distribution, drone and video production, cutting-edge live productions, and more. With over 25 years leading Hawaii's action sports market, give us a call to find out how we can help you grow your business.
For me, it's a Ferrari, this canoe. The V1 teaches you a lot. It can be a boat for beginner, because when you're beginner, you don't expect nothing from a boat. You will learn with the boat. So the Marara is a boat for everyone. It's a boat who can increase the glide like very high. You can, in 2 or 3 strokes, you can improve like 1 or 2 kilometers. So that's why I love the Marara.
All right, guys, welcome back to day number 2, Hawaiki Nui 2025. Again, we just started a little bit earlier as we were trying to cover some of that juniors and veterans 60s, as well as your senior women and your veteran women. So again, today is their championship day for those groups that started early. We started this morning at 8 a.m. The women started at 8:05, and now we're pretty much about 20 minutes or so into the start of the race. So we're just looking forward to bringing as much updates as possible as we've been covering a lot of our non-Tahitian crews, but integrated with obviously the simulcast. So big mahalo to TNT TV for providing this live coverage for us to share with the rest of the world. We get to broadcast it right here in our Ocean Paddler TV studio. We do have a team in Tahiti giving us some of that drone footage as well as, on the water updates. So we'll be providing a bunch of insights for the rest of the day, and we are going to get started for our main event. The main event is going to be day number 2. Again, we're starting in Raiatea. We're heading over to Taha. This is a sprint leg of about 18 miles, and we did get some updates from yesterday, so we want to go ahead and share a little bit of what happened in day number 1. So stay tuned.
Aloha nui kako, this is Eddie Hayward from Bank D. Polinesi. We just completed stage 1, Huahine to Raiatea. We finished 7th out of 15 possible crews in the men's 40. Definitely challenging conditions, but all in all, great race course, great venue, great vibes. For day 2, we have 3 new paddlers coming in. So myself and 2 others will be on the escort boat, and then preparing for day 3, which is from Taha'a to Bora Bora. So hope all goes well, and good luck to all Hawaii teams, our Kane, Wahine, and our juniors. Aloha nui, aloha.
The race was good. Day 1's pretty notorious for crappy starts, so we were stoked to get out clean, next to all the top teams coming out of the pass. So that was a good little confidence boost just to know our equipment was intact and we didn't have to make a big comeback, so we were able to relax a little bit. The surf through the middle of the race was ridiculous. We were a lot of spinning the paddles and enjoying. And then we hit some pretty rough current about 45 minutes out from the pass. And the boys just, sucked it up, made it through, and I think we ended up 9th, so we're stoked to crack top 10 on day 1. It's always a good feeling, giving you some confidence going into the rest of the race. So yeah, happy with that.
Work it up. Right there. Grab that front. Woo.
I'm Cash Nixero. I'm Connor Loa. Today I think the race went well. We could have definitely pushed better as a team, but on the surf, I know that we're really good. We're gonna mentally prepare for tomorrow, stretch out as a team, eat a good lunch, eat a good dinner and breakfast, and then come strong.
All right, gang. So this is going to be some of your guys' day 1 updates. As you can see, we've kind of bringing back that little bit recap. A big mahalo to Eddie as well as Rylan for giving us their updates on how their races went, as well as our junior boys down there in Tahiti, just trying to, again, get a little bit more experience and confidence in being against some of these top tier competitions that they've been facing. But just really want to thank Chris Productions as well. Chris Productions has provided us a lot of this inside footage as well as the interviews, and just a real mahalo to everyone that's in Tahiti and just trying to give everyone a good sense of how this race went. But again, congratulations to all of our Hawaii paddlers as well as those traveling from afar to be there in Tahiti. Again, the recap for those of you that didn't get to follow us on day one. Everybody had a really good showing. Team Hawaii, the senior men, top 9th as well as 25th overall for Team Wailea. So our two men's division crews are doing extremely well. There is a few, as we mentioned before, that are paddling with other clubs and crews in Tahiti. So we'll give you updates as we get a little bit more information on each paddler down there. But our goal has always been to, bring to you as much live coverage as possible. We're currently getting ready for our senior men's event, and that's going to be pretty exciting. But just a big shout out to all of our other participants, including the junior men. Big Island Junior Va coming in, I believe, third as far as the juniors. Keahiakahoe has 2 junior crews down there as well. They were 9th out of the other junior crews. So definitely a lot of great opportunities. We just spoke about the women. Team Hawaii is currently, looks like they're leading the women's race right now, as Ihilani is trailing just behind, as well as Team Nalu looks like they've also had a really great race start for day number 2. So we're going to get to see a little bit more towards the end. So we'll get some updates. We've got a lot of paddlers sending us a lot of their videos and kind of like the interviews. We really want to give you guys the all of the inside details as far as how they're feeling, what they're going through, and how the race has been for them thus far. But we're just, again, we're getting ready for our main event, day number 2. That's going to be our senior men. So they're going to get started right now. They're actually working to get everyone towards the line. Their race start is going to be around 9 o'clock, so it's only 8:30 a.m. So we're just providing you a little bit more about kind of what's happening for day 2. Many of these paddlers are going to be rotated out because each crew is allowed to have a certain amount of members on their team. So if there's 12 in the team, they can rotate 6 out today and raise a whole new 6. But most of the times on the strategy side, they're usually going to put a lot of their sprint racers in for day 2 because for them, 18 miles is kind of a shorter race for them. We're looking at maybe upwards to 2.5-ish hours. We're looking in for pretty interesting conditions because we're more favorable in the sense that there isn't much swells or any of that big energy that kind of can keep somebody from utilizing a little bit more of that downwind run that they had yesterday, such as the surf. So a lot of the crews that could surf yesterday absolutely put on stellar performances and separated themselves from the entire field. Currently sitting in first place is Team OPT. They are the defending champs. We had in second place Air Tahiti, very, very close behind. I mean, we're talking not too much seconds, about 15 seconds apart. So a really, really close race for first and second. Third place was none other than Shell Va'a coming in third, just a little over a minute behind Team OPT. So today is going to be an interesting day as, again, it's all accumulated time. So those top 3 crews have a really good opportunity to stay there, as fourth place and beyond was just about 6 minutes. So, they probably have a good mile ahead of the pack. And so today's all about strategy. Today is kind of making sure they have the right combinations in there, making sure they don't lose too much ground. And if you're behind, you're trying to make up some of that time gap that you've had against your other competitors. So if you're Team Hawaii, you're going to try your best to get a little bit closer to the top 3. But again, that was day 1. We're currently going to be doing day 2. This is, again, just about 18 miles here, and they started off on the northern end of Raiatea. They head across a small channel there, and you can see on the edge of Ta'a that it's basically a coastal inside lagoon race. This is why it's considered the sprint portion of day number 2. Man, this is going to be exciting to see all of these crews line up, and we're going to get a good idea of how Team Hawaii does, how Team Wailea is going to fare for the next maybe within the next half an hour. But thank you all for tuning in. We're going to get a little bit more updates, and hopefully we can catch the end of the women's race, as we know there's a very, very close battle going on for that group. We'll get some updates on more of our juniors as they have again started off our day. So best of luck to the Big Island Junior Va as well as Ke'ahiakahoi's crews that are down there competing against some of the best paddlers in those divisions. And then on top of that, we're going to see if Team Hawaii can, the women's can repeat what happened last year. Currently, Ihilani is leading by about 25 seconds overall. So we saw that Hawaii crew opened up a pretty big gap right from the start. So it's going to be a really interesting finish. So looking forward to, if you guys have anything to share comments-wise, we are live on all of our platforms. So we'll be live on Facebook Live as well as YouTube. Ade Tahiti is also providing live coverage on their Facebook. And, of course, you can go to our Adventure Zone Sports Media Network, and you can get all of our, download some of our apps there and kind of see a little bit more about what we got going on here for Ocean Paddler. Big shout out to TNT TV and their production team for providing this live simulcast. Kalai will be joining me a little bit later in the studio. We want to try to get in, give you a little bit more for day 2, but stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back, and hopefully by then we'll get some, live footage of the crews lining up, and we're going to try to look for some of our clubs that we're going to obviously be following throughout the rest of the day, and we're going to see who is going to come out on top for day number 2. So we're going to throw it to commercial and be right back.
This special simulcast in English of the 2025 Hawaiki Nui Va from Tahiti is made possible by TNTV, Tahiti Nui Television, Ade Tahiti, ShopOutrigger.com, Ocean Paddler TV, and these great supporters.
For me, it's a Ferrari, this canoe. The V1 teaches you a lot. It can be a boat for beginner, because when you're beginner, you don't expect nothing from a boat. You will learn with the boat. So the Marara is a boat for everyone. It's a boat who can increase the glide like very high. You can, in 2 or 3 strokes, you can improve like 1 or 2 kilometers. So that's why I love the Marara.
You love water sports, and you want to look your best when you're paddling or just hanging out. Ade Tahiti has just what a paddler needs: long sleeve hoodies, tank tops, and women's Razorback tanks, short sleeve shirts, gray cotton hoodies, and 100% cotton shirts for women and men, and cap it off with a custom Ade Tahiti cap. Get everything you need at ShopOutrigger.com, your one-stop paddling shop.
Allow us to help you grow your brand and expand your business by reaching Hawaii's giant outdoor sports and ocean enthusiast demographic. Zone Media Advertising specializes in television commercial production and campaigns, social media content production and distribution, drone and video production, cutting-edge live productions, and more. With over 25 years leading Hawaii's action sports market, give us a call to find out how we can help you grow your business.
All right, guys, welcome back to day number 2, Hawaiki Nui 2025. Currently, we've got our men's crews getting ready. They're all paddling to the line right now. Again, this is the big race for day number 2. It's from Raiatea to Taha. And again, we're looking at about 18 miles. It's a full-on sprint race. For those of you who have been following, we have a lot of close competition. Fortunately, we've been able to get some Hawaii crews to send us a few details as what's happening there currently in Tahiti. So we do have a quick soundbite from Eddie Hayward for his crew. So we're going to turn that over to Eddie.
This Team Ruru to Hawaii. Yesterday's results. What's the game plan for today?
The game plan today is to make better, to arrive at a better place compared to yesterday. Yeah, we're ready to rumble. Who on first? Who on second? They holding third. Salmon 4, me 5, and Eric Stisman.
Yes, sir. Ruru to Hawaii.
Yes, Ruru to Hawaii. The place.
Thanks.
So that was a quick update from our Rurutu team there. There's a couple of Hawaii paddlers there, and they're looking to have an exciting race. That's from our Keaukaha paddlers. So just really big opportunity to see a lot of our showcase paddlers from Hawaii, as well as the overall spectrum for what Hawaiki Nui 2025 is going to present to you. But man, we're just really excited because this race is one of my favorite races for day 2 because of the idea of it being a sprint. It's a lot more on that endurance level, and it's definitely trying to see which clubs will push the pace. Last year, Shell was able to dominate on this leg here, so we're going to see if they can make up some ground from yesterday, as they're about a minute off of first place. Team OPT looking absolutely strong, and Air Tahiti closing off with one of the strongest finishes we've seen for day number 1. So the closeness of the battles on the upper top 3 crews is absolutely marvelous to watch. There is a lot of great competition kind of towards the middle of the field, including Team Hawaii that broke top 10. They're in 9th place currently, so the opportunity for them to move up is likely going to happen. So we're just looking forward to seeing a clean start, making sure that everyone kind of gets a good line. As you can see, coming out of Raiatea to Taha, there's not much of a channel, and so everything is going to be pretty close and tight, as you've got a little over 80 canoes just kind of battling right off the line. So man, really, really exciting things for day 2. We've got a lot of potential updates a little bit later. As we did mention before, the women's race has started about little over 45 minutes ago, as the women already are on this course, and the men are right, as you can see on the screen. They're all loading up onto the water. That's going to be your senior men's there, so your open men's division, and therefore currently on a screen right here, we've got our top junior crew there. So this is your top juniors crew on screen. They're looking really strong. So they also are the first race that started. So man, we definitely are going to be trying to get as much opportunity to share what's happening. But as you can see, this is the same course everyone's going to take. Water texture is absolutely flat. Not too much wind as we got to the north side of Taha. So this is why we talk about it becoming a sprint race. But this crew looking really, really good. Hey, Lucy. Thanks for tuning in, and yes, we'll definitely be looking for the Brazilian team, as we did get to see some of them doing some great surfing on that downwind portion yesterday for day 1. But man, this crew is looking really, really good here. We don't have a crew list for the junior men's, but as you can see, these boys look extremely strong. This is your top junior men's making their way on the coastline of Ta'a, and they're currently sitting in the leader pack for your junior division. So as we progress throughout the day, we're going to give as much opportunity to showcase some of these teams. But these are going to be your top junior crews currently right here, as they're making their way to their finish line. And again, this is their championship day. So day number 2 is the championship day for all junior divisions, as well as all of your women racers on the water. So big congratulations to all of these crews for participating, and hopefully we do get an update, as we do know Team Hawaii was currently leading Ihilani Va'a for day 2, so we'll get an update on that as well. But it looks like here on screen again, your junior divisions, these are some of the leaders of the pack, and man, this crew looking really strong too. So I believe we were seeing the third place earlier in the red va'a, and in this black canoe here, looks like this might be the second place crew, and as there is a crew slightly ahead of them. So we'll get you guys a little bit more updates on these junior boys and how they're doing, but we're getting some really great drone footage here for you guys. As you can see, this was a Team OPT junior boys va'a, but not necessarily, might not be the junior crew from OPT, but we'll get a little bit more opportunity to showcase some names as TNT TV starts filling their name list for us. But we're just trying to give you some coverage before we get the big race on the way. So that's us panning back to the starting line. Many of these senior and veterans, 40s and 50s, are making their way to the starting line, and we're going to get going fairly shortly, gang. So please stay tuned as the men's division is going to get started really shortly. We're looking at about a 9 o'clock start here. At 8:50, we're going to see the veterans 40s and 50s start. And then at 9 o'clock, we're going to get the big race on the way. So stay tuned, gang. Let's see how all of these paddlers do. We're going to, again, be following mostly the senior men's open division. So when we get to that, we'll definitely get the start of those courses. But as you can tell, we've got some drone footage up and running. None other than TNT TV providing some awesome aerial shots here. But man, Taha looks like it's got perfect conditions for a race for today. So looking forward to calling the race. But we're getting to see some close battles such as this one. These two junior crews right here, looking like they're just kind of sticking with each other, kind of battling it out. Looks like this is going to be a Hawaii crew, I believe. Might be Ke'ayakahoi right there on the inside there. Looks like potentially one of our crews from Hawaii there with the all yellow, but not too certain. We didn't get an update list, but man, looks like a really close battle right here for these two junior crews. Ke'ayakahoi placed 9th overall for top 10, and for one of their crews, the other crew, we didn't get the update. And then we have Big Island Junior Va'a currently sitting in 3rd place for your junior boys. But looking really, really good here on screen. A nice close battle like this definitely can motivate you to keep pushing, as, again, it's going to be an 18-mile iron course here. So good opportunity, good experience for these junior men to take on day number 2. It's just a stepping stone to going into the open division for the senior event, as the senior event is a 3-day course. So they get to compete for day number 2 with the same type of course. So it's a good opportunity to kind of learn a little bit more about what this race course looked like. But here we go. We see a little bit of that action as there's some kind of little bump running underneath the va'as right now. So definitely looking really strong here for these two crews, and getting up close and personal there, maintaining right there on the va'a, real close there. So looking really strong though. These two crews definitely battling out. We'll get an update. Might be I did get a post that it might actually be 2 teams from Tahiti there, but hopefully somebody will be able to chime in and let us know if they see any of their sons paddling, or any of these junior crews that they might know of. So definitely excited to watch these young men take on this day number 2 here. for those of you that are tuning in, one of the best ways to tune in is to go to our Ocean Paddler TV YouTube channel. Go ahead and subscribe to that, as we can follow and post some updates directly right onto our screen. Our YouTube channel has a little bit more accessibility in that form, but yeah, I agree, Donna. I'm tuning into Facebook, and yeah, definitely Big Ocean. Definitely would be good to give some room. Yeah, right now I think a lot of them are trying to take that little inside track. As you can see, there's a little bit of the reverb on the outside left side with all of that flotilla following. But absolutely, Big Ocean definitely can minimize that type of pressure on the AMA, but right here, as you can see, this is going to be this is our starting line right here for the veterans 40s and 50s gang. Looks like there's going to be about close to 40 plus VAA on the water. Their start time is in 1 minute and 20 seconds. So basically, they're starting at any time now. They're going to get going. This is going to be your 40s men's and 50s men getting started. We had none other than Hobie Beck steering a crew yesterday in the 50s division. Looks like they were leading the 50s from what the update told us. And then we've got a few 40s divisions, paddlers participating as well. So we'll definitely get those updates, as we did see again. Eddie, thank you again for sending us those sound bites and those clips for us to share with all of our audience. So big appreciation to all of our teams participating. And all right, so we did get an update. So your third place participants that finished in third place yesterday is in the yellow jerseys. That's actually going to be Big Island Junior VAA there. So they're just kind of probably keeping the pace on here, as it looks like it could be EDT to the right of them. But in the yellow gang, that's going to be Big Island Junior VAA. They're currently sitting in third place. Might be looking like, again, this is going to be one of those battles for the podium. So it looks like they're both putting on the pressure, but definitely keeping the paddlers really close right there. So again, Big Island Junior VAA trying to hold on to third place position for the junior division, and it looks like the VAA to the right might be another crew, potentially the EDT team. So yeah, good close battle here. Like you said, Big Ocean, but definitely neither one of them giving room. We see both crews definitely pushing towards each other. One thing is to be certain, definitely don't want to get into a predicament, that's for sure. So looking forward to seeing how these junior boys fare moving forward, but looking like a strong race for both of these crews, as man, this battle's been probably going on now for the last, give or take, 45 minutes for these two junior crews here, as they're battling to see who's going to go ahead and take the win for day number 2. As we can see that, man, they're just neck to neck right now and trying to maintain, but both crews looking really strong, both crews not letting up one bit. So this is going to be a good battle to see towards the end. Again, Big Island Junior VAA in the all bright yellow T-shirts there, representing Team Hawaii. So good luck, boys. Hopefully you guys can maintain and stick with those crews, and we'll see how the finish line comes. But let's see. Both junior crews have a real settled, constant pressure, nice and smooth pace there. Definitely not a high rate, but maintaining really good speed here, as neither one of them have given any room to each other. So looking forward to this battle. This is going to be a good one. Again, we're about 45 minutes into this race. They've got probably a good couple of hours, but all right, here we go. We just started our veterans 40 and 50 division right here. So this is your race start for the 40s and 50s gang. So 40s and 50s have started. We are off. This is one of your bigger races here, as this is going to be your veterans 40s and 50s on the water. They have just started their race. This is going to be exciting because there's been a lot of close battles in the 40s. We'll get some updates for some of our paddlers from Hawaii as to see how day 2 goes. But this is a really, really exciting race here for these paddlers, and it's going to be a close one. Most notably, a lot of these paddlers have taken, the time to strategize. We're looking at two things. The right side is going to be your race start for the 40s and 50s. The left side is going to be this battle between the two junior crews. We've got Big Island Junior Va on your left, which is in the all yellow jerseys. On the green jerseys, I believe it might be potentially EDT. We'll get an update a little bit in the future to see how these crews do, but okay, we're moments away from our big start of our senior men's, but currently right here is your race start for your 40s and 50s. Again, we were fortunate enough to get some updates as there is some Hawaii paddlers participating with these groups, so we'll get some updates for you in later through the day. So stay tuned, gang. This is going to be an exciting one. Big mahalo for everyone tuning in. This is not the senior men's start. This is the 40s and 50s start here. So please, if you guys want to jump on, give some updates. As you can see, day number 2, 27 kilometers, just about 18 miles of racing, give or take. But this is going to be a really exciting race here as we're going to get started with our senior men in about 5 minutes. So the senior men starts in about 5 minutes. And we're going to bring you guys that live coverage for the rest of the morning and throughout the day. But big mahalo to, again, TNT TV for this broadcast, as well as shopoutrigger.com and Ade Tahiti for giving us the opportunity to share this with all of our live audience here. But, man, this is going to be a great race. But looks like right here on this outside boat is the one that's leading the 40s pack there. So again, this is your 40s and 50s division. This was a lot of close battles here for this division. So we'll give you guys some more updates as we make our way from Raiatea to Taha. Again, conditions look very favorable. Looks like the winds might have dropped off quite a bit from earlier this morning. We did have an update that this morning it was quite windy, but it does look like the wind might have tapered off just a little bit. So definitely, it's going to be a good course. It's going to be, again, one of those high-endurance, fast-paced sprint races for most of these paddlers. So, man, check out this drone shot, just covering as many of the racers as possible. So looking really, really good. So this is your 40s division here. EDT Va'a was currently in the lead, and they've got about a 2-minute gap from Tamari'i. So with that 2-minute gap, they're going to have to try to close that up. Mataya Va'a, as well as District Day Polynesia, is right there. So some really good racing. We got a really good update from Eddie earlier on their crew. So that's going to be a great thing for us to see. Mata Are Va'a right there is currently leading in the 50s division, and CMIT Moana Va'a is about 35 seconds behind. So that's going to be a good close race there for 40s and 50s. But we're getting ready for our big event as, again, the senior men's division is about to go down, and we're looking forward to giving all of the inside details, live action for you guys today. And we're going to go ahead and cue back in to the studio as I get to go ahead and welcome our main co-host here. We've got none other than Kala'i Miller joining us.
Where did that guy come from?
2.
Holy mackerel. We started early today, man. How's it going? So, Micah, bring me up to speed. We just had the start of our veterans, or as we might call them, seniors or age group here. Okay, kind of exciting. The times look really close. And we've also had our juniors off and at it today. So this is the second and final day for our Wahine and our juniors cruise as well. They're all probably going to be riding the boat across the channel to Bora Bora to the main finish line and witnessing all the magic happening there. So our main event, the senior race or the open race, as everybody talks about, is going to be happening in just a few minutes here. And guys are lining up and ready to go. We had an incredible finish yesterday. There they are on the right side of the screen, lining up, getting ready for their start. But, man, smashing the record by 7 minutes. I was thinking about that yesterday after we exited the studio, Micah, and just incredible to see a record standing, what was it, 15 years?
Yep.
That record had stood, and it being broken is one thing. You know, usually when you see records broken on this distance of a race, it's, you know, a minute, couple minutes.
Yeah.
You don't see 7 minutes, and you know, it was several of those top crews breaking that record as well. So really good conditions. How are the conditions, you think, going to play into this race today?
Yeah, we kind of alluded to a little bit of the shots earlier via the drone. So we did get to follow, again, the start of the juniors and the women's divisions. So we saw early on, it looked pretty windy. I mean, it was definitely some windy from the shoreline, as we could see the wind. The flags were blowing, but it looks like the wind's absolutely kind of backed off. Conditions look pretty minimal as far as any swell. So there is a little bit of energy running. You could see all of these boats are starting to drift across the starting line. So right now they're just trying to maintain and stay behind that red buoy there. There has been some kind of deductions, if you will, because of that. So trying to get a fair start. But again, you could see the current is pushing relatively fast out of this inlet here.
Well, the whole deal with today's race is that they're racing at so many different directions and angles as they make their way through the lagoon, across the channel,
right,
to Taha'a and around the far side. So the element of that is whatever the wind direction is, it's either going to be coming from different angles at them throughout the course of this race, or it will be blocked or perhaps directed by the islands themselves. And there's only a short section of this race where they cross to the next island because it's so close.
Right. And you know, we're going to be able to witness a little bit of that strategy, I think, because most of these paddlers obviously have raced this course multiple times. So a lot of these steersmen and a lot of the coaching, and I think just the strategy is always something that we definitely try to learn from. Last year when we called this race, I mean, we saw crews come from like 20th place and end up, you know, in 6th place or 30th place and end up almost in the top 3. So a lot of it has to do with that endurance level, again, sprint mentality. So we're definitely going to see a lot of what you said, Kalai, I think, coming around in Taha. We did get to see the junior Va'a team earlier kind of battling with looks like possibly EDT juniors. And the conditions look, you know, relatively no wind, calm waters, and the only thing that we did see was there's like little energy coming off the island. So I think they're trying to catch whatever bumps or whatever kind of anything underneath you just to get a little bit on the other crew. But man, that battle, neither one of them was giving room to the other. We had Ama on boat on Ama. It was
here we go, and we have the start of
the senior men is
going.
This is the one, gang. This is the main event for day 2, and right there we see bright yellow canoe, Shell most notably finishing last year on the second leg in first place. So this is kind of maybe their wheelhouse, if you will. Again, they were only 1 minute off of the finishers OPT yesterday. So this is going to be a good opportunity to either, you know, close the gap or maybe open it.
So this is really going to be just a whole different type of race from yesterday, especially if you're talking about calm waters, where yesterday it was a lot of great surf across the channel, which led to them having those record-breaking times. Today, a completely different race. Shorter distance, right? Not really any surf to be had. I mean, nothing for an extended period of time, really. And then as they're coming across, it's going to be kind of, in a lot of ways, different personnel as well, right? I mean, if you have a depth of 12 paddlers, you're going to put your bigger, stronger paddlers in today, maybe the ones that aren't, you know, your distance specialists.
Yeah, definitely. I think the strategy has always been to put in your sprinters. And, you know, we see kind of right there on screen, it's probably none other than the likes of faster V1 paddlers throughout the the racing season, that might be the strategy. We've most notably seen that in teams like EDT in previous years, but of course as well as teams like Shell, who know what kind of things they're looking for. So not necessarily a steering race, even though it does matter in the sense of finding little bumps here and there.
For
but
sure.
I mean, this is it, gang. What a great start.
But it's not like surf and rest. Catch a wave, rest, and then sprint for the next wave and rest. It's just going to be just a slugfest in here, right?
I think so, and we know, you see how tight all of these Va'as are to one another. None other than Pire right there. That's going to be Stevie Teotata's crew there, and they had a great race yesterday, but they definitely have a lot of great talented V1 paddlers, and they're known for being pretty strong in the sprint world. But all of these crews are absolutely going to, put the best effort forward, obviously, but, definitely need to set some precedents. We see OPT up on the inside towards the shoreline. We've got Shell right there in the bright yellow. We've got Huahine not too far right there inside of Pire. So just kind of like a lot of opportunity to see how these paddlers will do, because again, it's just trying to get to Taha as fast as possible and try to maintain their position as they make their way around the north end.
Yeah, with the turns that are going to be happening in this race, coming in and out of the passes and around the side of the island, and these steersmen are going to be trying to draw in the shortest line that they can, and so positioning is going to be important, right? You don't want to be conflicting with other boats. A good steersman will kind of do what he can to cut other people off, but for the most part, it just disrupts the paddling in every crew to have some kind of contact between the boats. But getting out in front, and speaking of getting out in front, look at our leader, OPT, in the front there, and they are already starting to pull away from everybody. You can see that yellow, all the canoes in yellow are our senior or open division paddlers, and they're going to be chasing down those the older paddlers, the 40s and 50s there in front of them in the green and the red. And so via our tracker, it's really hard to tell who's in the front at this time because just of the way that it updates. But it looks like definitely in the 40s and 50s that Canoe in Blue is starting to assert themselves, and get their place in all of this. Yeah, so for those of you that tuned in yesterday, we do have a GPS tracker that will be posted at some point, either on our YouTube channel or Facebook. It gives you a chance to look at where the crews are, but you can see it right there. GPS tracker link is available for you. Go ahead and you guys can kind of look at where everyone's at. I believe you can check in the junior division as well as the Wahine to see how they were doing. So before you were able to get to the studio, Kalai, it looked like Team Hawaii women were, opened up a huge gap, similar to what we're seeing right here on the left side, where one canoe just kind of took off, and it was Team Hawaii. So the Bradley women having a good go this morning. Well, they're looking at a 25-second correct. Hill to climb, right? Yeah, that's exactly it. And again, championship day. But I watched the video on this Viper Va'a, beautiful boat built by a talk, and they just got to redo one and make one there. So we see that on screen. Really cool look there. But here we see OPT again with a huge start. Honestly, definitely putting on a little bit more of the pressure. We see them pulled out ahead of everyone else already, right from the start. It's cool to watch because it doesn't look like they're doing any major difference between what they're doing and the guys next to them are doing, but yet they pull away. And a lot of it has to do with just those small elements of the crew, the blend, and just the press. Each one of these paddlers are putting on the press, Yeah, we got a lot of comments coming in. There's been a lot of people tuning in. Again, thanks, Eddie, for sharing all of that. He says Tahiti is amazing. The paddling community, the culture, the support staff, well organized. Yeah, absolutely. I think Hawaiki Nui is a well organized, oiled machine right now, and they've really, really provided, again, the most top-tier race around the world, and again, the Super Bowl of all races. We did see this earlier. A lot of these outside crews kind of catching this outside, channel,
kind of like this little bit of push from the outside, utilizing a little bit off of this kind of in between island like press. We got a little bit of the tide pushing down towards Taha, but we also have like a little shelf line. So it looks like they're kind of getting that little run here, right here on screen. You can see there's a little texture, but this is as much as texture they're going to get for the race. After that, we did see earlier it was very calm, nice conditions. Nothing to keep them from.
This is definitely something, though. For paddlers of this caliber, it's definitely something for them to use there to help propel themselves forward for sure.
We did got an update from Andrea. It looks like Team Hawaii women is leading by about 2 minutes ahead of Ihilani currently. So it looks like they did create a huge gap. They were separating from the start, but that's an update for your women's wahine. Looks like Team Hawaii from none other than the Bradley women.
Is this our video here? This is a video from Andrea Muller coming in to us. Andrea, of course, a longtime member of Team Bradley. She obviously is not in the boat today if she's sending us some video, but the ladies are looking good, and as we had mentioned earlier, they were at a 25-second deficit after yesterday's racing, and for the Wahine and our juniors division, it's only yesterday and today, it's only 2 days of racing. So if these Bradley women, Team Hawaii, can keep their lead to over 25 seconds, they'll be able to get gold on that podium. And it'll be so interesting to see that Ihilani comes to Hawaii and beats Bradley, and Bradley might go to Tahiti and beat Ihilani. And so this is really the creation of a great rivalry here. And look at that current. It almost looks like they're going backwards, right?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
It did look like there was
Could
something.
be deceiving, but it looks almost like they were
like a draw.
Really fighting something. Yeah.
It looked like there's a little draw coming back off.
Sticky water.
But currently here, guys, on screen, looks like we got none other than our, again, senior open men. This race right here, if you're tuning in, Shell trying to close up a 1 minute gap. Air Tahiti trying to close a 15-second gap. Team OPT trying to hold on to, again, the lead as they are trying to do a three-peat here. And we talked about it yesterday, Kalai. If they get, again, this is your top 10 there, gang. If you guys want to look, that's the time splits there. 15 seconds, 1 minute, 6 minutes, 10 minutes, all the way up to about 16 minutes for your top 10 crews. So,
with this caliber of paddlers, though, I would be really surprised if even EDT, much less anybody 5 and below, is going to make it to the podium this week. But nothing's off the table. But I would really be surprised to see it. So it's kind of by a lot of measurements, kind of a 3-horse race right now between Air Tahiti, OPT, and Shell Va'a, which, and there they are again, right?
Yeah, so we got our current standings, 1, 2, 3, exactly in the order of the standing. OPT just holding off Air Tahiti right here as they make their way to Taha, just into this small channel here. Shell slightly behind. It does look like we've got a few of our other top crews. I mean, we usually see Arue do pretty well. Manihi, Team Bora, so Poporo Te Hoimamu usually does really well in here. We'd love to see teams like Pirai kind of squeeze the gap. Man, this is gonna be a good showing for a lot of these crews, I believe.
This is actually a nice course. I mean, you start in the flat, you come out, looking at the predominant wind and where everything is going. It's hard to know exactly what's happening in the water, but the texture on the water is leading us to believe that they have a following wind kind of pushing them down and around that corner. It's going to be quick, and these crews are certainly starting to kind of spread out as we suspected, and it's going to get busy here as they start to interact with the crews from the 40s and 50s that left a little earlier in the morning.
Yeah, so we will see that they're kind of closing up on, of course, the veterans that launched right before them.
Right.
So we'll see a little bit of the mixture.
Let's hold on this for a second, Micah, and we'll kind of get a nice visual here of where the whole pack is. If you wouldn't mind, Christian, pulling in on Team Hawaii, we trying to see where they are at this moment. as we always like to do.
So
Hawaii and maybe Wailea.
Team Hawaii is about 16th position.
Yep,
I mean,
right
obviously,
there.
we're really, really
in
close.
the midst of the pack, right? Good showing. How about Wailea there, bro? We're able to get in there and search it by team name. And our technician here in studio is helping us do that.
Oh. WAIL, right there.
LEA, yeah.
So
right
it looks
there.
like
31.
They got 16th and 31. So it looks like, again, still tight, really close
not far
pack.
back. Still definitely right in the midst of that pack.
Yeah, so again, you guys can go in, tune into the GPS tracker. You guys can go ahead and try to follow teams, look them up. Basically, all of the yellow currently is going to be your senior men, and then that's going to be the open division. And then you got your 40s and 50s. They'll be in a different color variation.
So, Christian, if you wouldn't mind, try zoom out one more so we can see kind of exactly where they are right now. And you're going to see how our paddlers are kind of mid-channel right there between wait. This is not the same. This is yesterday's race, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to update it to today. We're going to work on that, folks. In the meantime, while Christian works on that, we're going to head back to our video here. Looks like on the left, that's Team Hawaii. Oh, no, veteran?
Yeah.
No, yeah, that is. Team Hawaii women on the left side of your screen.
Yeah, it looks like they're giving an update to show where that team is in relations to probably Ihilani that's trailing. But right there on your screen, that's going to be Team Hawaii. They're currently leading the women's Wahine race. Again, they started earlier, about an hour and 15 minutes ago. So they're currently winning and leading day number 2. Again, looks like they do have at least 25 seconds on Ihilani. If they can maintain that for the rest of this race, they'll walk away with a first place finish yet again.
Little bit, we have our stroker taking a break there on the Hawaii side. It really looked like, I don't know, what is your thoughts on that, Micah, as far as their stroke looked kind of a little shorter, a little choppier, like they were kind of fighting upwind or something, or fighting a current or something at that moment.
It definitely
looks like a rough part of the course.
It does. If you go on the backside of Taha, a lot of times you keep making your way around towards the north end. A lot of time that east wind starts kicking in, and it does get pretty windy and textury, and it does seem like it's kind of forcing against you. But then you get closer to the harbor, and then it's fine again. So
interesting.
Yeah. So
it looks like Team Hawaii women working through a rough patch there, but doing well. And on the left of your screen, this is the veteran men, the 40s. EDT in the lead there. Tamari'i Aurao no Arue is there. And Bank of Polynesia.
So it looks like,
top
again, the same top 3 teams. Looks like they're still leading. That's going to be, again, your Veterans 50. They look like that was the same from earlier when we saw. So it looks like about the same type of battle for day 2.
Right.
Same thing for what we're looking at on screen, gang. Again, not too much of a channel. It's pretty close island to island. So Raiatea to Taha, they're going to be they're still in this pass where they're going to come into Taha right against the coastline. But as we see, Team OPT looking really strong. Air Tahiti, Shell, those 3 crews, man, they put on a clinic yesterday, as, again, they were only 1 minute apart from each other, as much as 15 seconds, Kalai. So it's going to be a great race today.
You can see all these shelves and the edges of these reef lines certainly going to be dictating current and what's happening. Looks like they were making their way across that channel relatively quickly, and off in the distance on the right, you can see the flotilla of spectators waiting to see their favorite team come by as they start to come around the lagoon, inshore lagoon waters on Taha'a. Great drone shot here, zooming in by our pilot. And again, you can see in the distance all of those boats there getting ready to receive these paddlers as they make their way down the coastline of Taha'a. Another just idyllic Tahitian day, bro. Look at how beautiful that is, how clean the water is. awesome to see. Looks like that's Huahine right there.
Yeah, it looked like Huahine was just slightly back, maybe about, give or take 10 minutes. 10 boat lengths back.
There's EDT coming up on Shell, looking like they are hard to tell. Is that another canoe off in the distance on the right? I do not think so. These are your top three right here.
Yeah, this is your top three.
Be Shell just behind
Air
Tahiti and OPT in the lead there.
Yeah, so this is a good map here on your right-hand side. They start just inside of Raiatea, make their way towards the pass coming into Taha, and man, this is a really good race here. As you can see, gang, they are inside the lagoon, so
basically the whole time, huh?
Yep, not too much on that conditions that can really be a factor. It's more along maybe the wind and of course just endurance,
right?
Making sure they last and can put out the best effort. But we're only 17 minutes into our race here. This race
they are
will
blazing. Look how far away they are in 17 minutes. My goodness. This is maybe the only part of this waterway that's going to have enough space to build up a little fetch. And you can see how they have, definitely the wind is on today, which is good because we want that wind to stay for tomorrow, right? That's that same wind that's going to push them to Bora Bora tomorrow.
Something kind of interesting to note, looks like they did change out pretty much almost the entire crew here for OPT because they got a different steersman in. Keith Verdadon sitting in seat 1 there, being the stroker. Looks like pretty much everyone might be out of that boat from yesterday.
Wow.
So we'll get an update on that. I mean, strategic move, obviously. Same thing for probably Air Tahiti. The only difference is we do still see Hotu Paroi steering in seat 6. So kind of curious what that strategy was like. It definitely looked like a new set of paddlers there for OPT.
Yeah, you want to keep your guys fresh. The big leg is tomorrow, and if you've got, the guys, your big guns, that opened it up, you want maybe to have those same guys to close the door on the last day. So here again are our standings for the senior or open men. This is OPT in the lead, Team Air Tahiti Va'a in second, and Shell Va'a in third, followed by EDT. But definitely those first three crews are in a tight pack, starting already to separate themselves from everybody else, as they did yesterday.
Yeah, this is this is it. I mean, really, when it comes down to this race, it's all about the sprint type of mentality. But even now, you see, man, just a nice, slow, steady pace there. No high rate, probably keeping it as much as 46, a minute.
Yeah.
Nice and low, nice clean pressure, and man, just pretty flawless in the technique for sure. They all paddle very much the same, and again, just looking for another strong finish here from Shell Va'a, looking unreal, always stellar.
Always looking so smooth. It'd be nice that if they gave us the 6 that were actually in today. Hard to tell otherwise, but nice and tight once again. And that whole differentiation we had yesterday as they came across that big channel of course. Right?
Yeah.
Today, there's no big differences in course. It's pretty much follow the leader on the shortest line between 2 points.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at this point, though, it's keeping the distance and the gap close. Again, this is all about time management here for day 2. I think within reason, if you're within 2 minutes, you could definitely make that up on a day 3, especially when we're talking 36 miles.
Yes.
So you can make that up. I mean, the day before was about 28 miles, and there was a gap of already 1 mile in time distance with 7 minutes. So looking forward to seeing these 3 crews. They're going to keep pressing the pace for sure. Poporoi Te Hoimamu having a good race as well. They finished out and rounded out in the top 5, and currently right now sitting, I believe, in 5th place. Man, this could be a really good showdown for the 6th through 8th place to see if there's going to be an exchange there. We didn't see Team Hawaii in any of the top 10 nor Wailea, so hopefully we'll get an update to see like how they're doing. We do hope they can kind of maintain that positional location there for 9th place. All right, we're going to go ahead and turn it to an update for you guys for our women's race, and we're going to hear what they have to say as of right now.
Behind me we have Team Hawaii. It looks like they're running in first place for the open women. I believe Iwilani is about 2.5 minutes behind us. Their cadence, fantastic. Super upbeat. It's been an hour or so into the race already, and they're still giving it. They're still hammering down. I'm really excited, and super awesome watching them right now. Yeah, aloha.
All right, mahalo for that. Nice update from our gang support crew for Team Hawaii, which is basically Team Bradley girls, and they are crushing it. So that update is positive for the Hawaii contingent, seeing that they're as much as 2.5 minutes up with a 25-second deficit from yesterday, puts them squarely in the lead. I'm not sure about how much territory is left for them to cover before they reach the finish line, but it was that same iconic red and white church that we see every year, and it lends me to think that there's not a lot more ground for them to cover. They're at least probably 2/3 of the way through that race.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, they've been racing now for
over an hour, she said, right?
Yeah, a little over an hour, probably closer to about an hour, 20 minutes. The race will take probably closer to 2.5 upwards, closer. Okay. So we'll find out shortly the finish and the result. But yeah, definitely closer to about maybe the 2/3 mark.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now on screen, we're following the men's race here for day 2 Hawaiki Nui 2025. Again, really exciting to see these top 3 crews because no more than 1 minute and 5 seconds separates the 3 of them, meaning any one of these top 3 can win this entire Hawaiki Nui. And again, the story is right here with OPT, winning Molokai Hoi, and coming here and winning day 1.
Well, they've been doing good all year down in the Tahitian races as well, right?
Yeah,
coming to Molokai Hoi and winning there, in some ways was almost like an afterthought, right? And they won last year as well. So
2 years.
Yeah. So there's several stories concerning OPT. There's a possibility of them getting a three-peat and pulling that trophy back to the OPT clubhouse. There's a story of them breaking a record yesterday, and with these conditions continuing over the next couple of days, I'm not sure about today, but man, it'd be cool to see them break another record.
Yeah, absolutely. And currently right now we do have our GPS tracker available. It is updated. So currently right here we are following day number 2. If we go to the senior men's, you can find your team that you potentially are looking for. So all you got to do is use the tabs to the upper left. You can see seniors, veterans 40s, veterans 50. Select the one that you want. We're going to go take an update and see where Team Hawaii currently is. And it looks like Team Hawaii is currently a little bit back of the pack. They got it listed right there. So Clay says it might be a little ways back. I'm not too sure how far, but potentially in the top 15. Their boat number is, it shows 33, but it's because they've included all the way up to the 40s and 50s, for an overall time frame.
Right, and that lineup for today's Team Hawaii is Moihao Pae from Lanikai, Raven Pokini from Lanikai as well, Rylan Hart from Outrigger Canoe Club, Aaron Norris from Lanikai, Miles Orr from Outrigger Canoe Club. And, hey, they put Uncle in, Jim Fody steering today from Lanikai. Way to go, brother. I mean, one of the toughest guys and best steersmen out there from Hawaii for sure. And they're going to put together a great day today. So congratulations and mahalo.
It looks
you guys out there representing Hawaii as well as Wailea out there representing the boys. We'll try to get a crew update for today from Wailea. But right on, boys. Thank you for getting out there and repping the 808.
Yeah, it looks like Wailea was actually trailing right behind Team Hawaii. So it looks like they're back-to-back. Team Hawaii, Team Wailea. Looks like they traded off. They're having a good race here. Currently on screen, we've got your veterans 50s right there on screen. Again, Team Va'a there. Man, again, just really cool to see these crews here competing for day 2. They're going to go ahead and... as we can see, they've basically finished 6th place overall, day 2 every single year from 2022 to now. So we'll see if they can maybe move up in the rankings there for the 50s men. Again, we do have one of our 50s men, Hobie Beck, steering one of those crews there. I'm not sure if he's in today. Didn't get some of those updates on some of our, like two to a crew kind of thing, including Keakua Nolan, Spencer Smith, paddling with the senior men for Rurutu with Eric Dean. So some of your Keokaha paddlers there jumping in for the senior division. So shout out to them for, getting out there on the water and participating. And hopefully we'll get an update because they had a really good race yesterday as well. So those of you that are following, this is going to be your veterans 40s and 50s. On the left-hand side, your senior men on the right. None other than OPT currently leading yet again.
Some traffic, huh? Wow, look at that. That's a large vessel.
So that's one of those transport vessels that they carry all of the va'as on.
Oh, yeah.
They'll load up all of the canoes from one place to the other and take it over to the island. Man.
Look at that flotilla, though. And, Jimmy just sent us a text and said that particularly on this leg, you can have some of those so much boat wake that it makes it interesting and challenging and sometimes great for the steersman.
Yeah, no, definitely. As you can see, there's about, a couple hundred of vessels on the outside just kind of trailing. Like you said, a big flotilla of escorts and catamarans and sailboats and speedboats and you name it. Your class right there is OPT Shell. Shell has currently moved into 2nd place, just slightly ahead of Air Tahiti. So we did see an exchange there between OPT, Shell, and Air Tahiti. So again, Shell looking to close up that 1-minute gap with OPT. And 15 seconds off of Air Tahiti. So, it will be quite a interesting thing to see if, maybe we'll see Shell try to squeeze out another leg 2 finish where last year they won it for day 2. So, looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly they've had this little change of where everybody's at. But we're gonna take a quick jump again over to our an update from our gang that's observing the women's course and check in on Team Hawaii.
Okay, and we're back. We have Hawaii still out in front. They're right now in the midst of future juniors crews. They're kind of on the inside, but we're currently passing the Full Move Village. It's about 4.5 miles from the finish line, so we're getting there. Still firing, still look really good. Easy Money is about 2.5 minutes so behind. But yeah, this is an exciting race. It's so awesome to watch.
All right, Kahanu, mahalo for that. We're going to have to sign her up. She's pretty good. Kahanu Amantia, thank you for giving that update to us. Like she mentioned, our Hawaii women are about 4.5 miles from the finish line. That's going to be about another, 30, 40 minutes, something like that, depending. And if they're able to hold on to that lead going in, we've just had an update on the time of their lead. I guess Andrea Muller is trying to clock it, and she's saying the lead is over 3 minutes at this point. That's, of course, unofficial. The main thing for them is that we keep that lead over 25 seconds. That was their deficit after yesterday's race. So exciting stuff. Trying to encourage that Team Hawaii to hold it together, bring that trophy, or not bring the trophy, but bring the win back to Hawaii Islands, and go girls. We're all behind you, and stoked to see a great finish from our ladies from Team Hawaii. On screen, we continue to watch. This is Shell Va'a on your right in yellow, making a run at our leader, OPT. What are you seeing there, Mr. Micah?
I mean, I definitely think both of those crews know how important it is to, keep the distance, for OPT, keeping the separation, for Shell, obviously closing the gap, because definitely it definitely comes down to just seconds. We've seen that last year where, Shell was able to kind of get into third place just by a mere fraction of a second. And then right here, OPT, I think just the goal is, again, to just keep winning all three legs. Shell has been known to win day 2 quite consistently. They're also, trying to just right now just press some dominance, but I'm curious to find out how the change went from each crew. It does look like there's a 6 new set for both crews, which is quite interesting. And
some fresh guns.
And then not the same for Air Tahiti, whereas we did see maybe like Hotu Poroi still steering. Not sure if that's exactly the factor, because all really talented and skillful paddlers, But that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a whole new set of paddlers in 2 crews. So obviously creating another strong race, between the two. Right here on screen, looks like we've got a team from Morea. This is Tohivea. This is your veterans 40s on screen here. Man, looking smooth, and you just know they're veterans. They look so smooth and relaxed, and
nice
being out here and competing. Yesterday, 13. Yeah.
Last time they competed, but Morea is, God, I love Morea. It's still real close to Papaete, but man, it just feels, definitely a step back in time when you go from Papaete to there. But man, look at that flotilla, and that's got to be having an effect on our canoes out there. We had a little bit of a commentary from our man Jimmy Austin, and did you understand what he was
so
at?
A lot of times what happens is when you come inside over here towards the pass, like just inside here of Taha, there's actually, if you notice, there was a Sprite buoy. The Sprite buoy is kind of like the distance buoys and where you need to be for the race. So it looked like they were all inside of the Sprite buoy, and it was also to keep any of the poti, like the fishing boats or the trailing boats or support boats, out of the wake. So they didn't want anybody waking anyone or crossing over the buoy. So you will get penalized. Your team could get penalized if they're a part of your team. Also, they would also need to stay inside of the buoy line, so they don't get any deductions from what it sounds like. So there was a little bit implements done for that, just to control a little bit of what
and
happens.
to give us a little bit of a vernacular here, poti. That's the term used for all those the other boats that are kind of here viewing and trying to be part of the festivities.
Yeah. So no, the poti is they have like a. They would hold you steer and drive the fishing boat, and you spear ahi using it, and
mahi.
Either one.
Yeah,
the mahis. But it's cool. You see how they steer it with their one hand, and then they throw.
I've seen that. That's a bucket list thing to go do that. Again, something that we were talking about a couple weeks ago, Micah, and noticing is just. There's a lot of modulation in their strokes, as you've seen it right here. Boom, they're going to bring it up, catch a wave, pulling into that. But the majority of their stroke is kind of longer, slower strokes.
Yep.
And they're pulling it back a lot farther than we used to be taught here in Hawaii as far as, the length of their stroke. They're coming a lot farther back.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the length of stroke and the amount of, distance you could carry the va'a, for the distance. And right here, I mean, we see OPT has caught up with majority of the 40s and 50s here as they're starting to, kind of pick them off and use them as motivation to, kind of get a better line. But I mean, we see OPT there strong.
Yep.
They attack every little opportunity to get, and then you can see the rate slows down completely. But I think what we're seeing is the length of stroke has always been relatively long for the Matahina, especially because it allows the boat to do what it's designed to do, maintain track, and then constantly let the boat carry its maximum distance. And as you can see right here, I mean, Shell definitely try to close that gap again. They're attacking as much as they can wherever they can, and I think they're just reacting to everything they're seeing OPT do. And at some point, they're racing their race. They're not trying to obviously get psyched out or taken out of their course because they know there's still a lot of race to be had, and there's still a day 3. Of course, the goal is to win every leg, no matter what crew you are. But there is an awareness. There's definitely an awareness of, how much to give and when not to give. But I feel that if there's 6 brand new paddlers in there, it's not official, but at the same time, you probably could push as hard as you want unless you're going to be in for day number 3. So again, it's all about strategy. This is why this race is such a good experience for most of your endurance paddlers, or those that want to challenge themselves for something like this. But check out that. Like, this is, I mean, you're there. Every boat is like,
that's crazy.
It's amazing the amount of boats.
That's kind of almost what it looks like at the beginning of, like, let's say Molokai Hoi. But,
sure.
But every one of these boats would be dedicated to either part of the officiating staff, or a medical boat, or a escort boat for change crews. Where these are all just spectators. There's none of those canoes are getting any changes or anything as they come across here.
Yeah, and again, there we see a little bit of the top 10, but like you said, Kalai, all of those boats, kind of rushing in there is crazy. Air Tahiti sitting in 3rd still yet. Poporoi Te Hoi Mamu in 4th. EDT Va'a Manihi. Enviropol has definitely done really, really well. It's good to see Huahine, but there we see Hawaii cracking the top 10 right there.
Yeah, boys.
So Hawaii back in a good position yet again. A lot of race to be had, but man, OPT just looking strong.
OPT holding it down. Shelva heavy on the pursuit. Our women's race is happening right now too, and seems like our Team Hawaii ladies are going to be coming into that finish line first, happening really shortly. We're going to take a quick commercial break and bring you the highlights of their finish, as well as continued coverage of this open men's race here on day 2 of Hawaiki Nui 2025.
This special simulcast in English of the 2025 Hawaiki Nui Va from Tahiti is made possible by TNTV, Tahiti Nui Television, Are Tahiti, ShopOutrigger.com, Ocean Paddler TV, and these great supporters. When you're on the water, you want to be safe. But the Volga Va'a flotation vest is also designed with a snug fit and comfort, so it won't interfere with your performance. This lightweight vest is made of flexible neoprene, giving you full mobility with every stroke. Paddlers love a vest that feels good and won't slow you down. Be smart, be safe, be comfortable with Volga at ShopOutrigger.com.
Allow us to help you grow your brand and expand your business by reaching Hawaii's giant outdoor sports and ocean enthusiast demographic. Zone Media Advertising specializes in television commercial production and campaigns, social media content production and distribution, drone and video production, cutting-edge live productions, and more. With over 25 years leading Hawaii's action sports market, give us a call to find out how we can help you grow your business.
For me, it's a Ferrari, this canoe. The V1 teaches you a lot. It can be a boat for beginner because when you're beginner, you don't expect nothing from a boat. You will learn with the boat. So the Marara is a boat for everyone. It's a boat who can increase the glide like very high. You can, in 2 or 3 strokes, you can improve like 1 or 2 kilometers. So that's why I love the Marara.
All right, we're back with our live coverage from Tahiti, simulcast with TNT TV. This is Hawaiki Nui Va 2025, and right here on screen is second place for day 2, Shell Va'a. They are in the lagoon of Taha'a at the moment, working their way about maybe little shy of halfway through this day 2 race, and they are running in second place right behind our leader, OPT.
Yeah, currently it looks like
good, nice and smooth, huh?
Yeah, it looks like they definitely changed up some of the crew. We see Vairoa in there, but man, they've won this second leg 3 years in a row. So definitely trying to make it a 4-year in a row. Last year they were slightly behind too, and towards the end they ended up pulling away. So yeah, we're just trying to see if they'll be able to kind of pick off OPT here. Overall. Right now they're in third place currently. They have to break about a 1-minute spread here. But man, Show is always looking very much in form and just really, really strong. So, you know, they could definitely catch OPT if they stay the course right now. I think there's still an opportunity to close up the gap. We see a little bit of movement here. OPT kind of maybe trying to grab what they can, a little bit of inside current and run. You can see that. But yeah, just to see a little bit of a difference in the crew also is a strategy that, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing, and these are things that we talk about.
I can't recall if they did that last year or not.
I actually don't. I don't think they did a whole crew change last year. I think I remember the steersman still being in there. But you know, there's a lot of opportunity to do that nowadays, especially because you're trying to salvage day 3 sometimes if you end up racing too many people for 3 days straight. But that's really the other part of it. But there's the Shaka Cam.
Hey, ladies.
I mean, check out like how much boat wake all of this all of this flotilla is creating. It's just a lot of boat wake. And no, these are the things that we talk about as a paddler, being, you know, out there racing against your fellow competitors, and you're catching all of the boat wake sometimes, even in a distance water change race. But we're going to be giving you a little bit more updates, but a lot of live coverage here for day 2. Again, this is currently your Masters. Looks like your Masters 40 right here.
Nice work, District of Moorea. But yeah, guys, really putting it together. This is 40 plus. Yep, as you had mentioned.
So currently they're sitting in 4th place. Yesterday they were in 4th for the 40s division. So we'll see how they do against their competitors. So I'm sure they're trying to break into that top 3.
Curious who that is on the other side next to them, is that
it's the Viper Va'a, the new designed Viper Va'a from Atak.
Yes.
They created they were able to get the mold and be able to make another Va'a. So it's really cool to see this.
That one looks almost strip plank, that one, huh?
Yeah, the bottom half is, and then the top
cap is
glass.
Whatever, carbon or glass. Nice.
Yeah, but man, all of these paddlers putting off a really good showing here. We're just nearing that 1 hour mark. We're about 1 hour into this race, so that kind of gauges you probably about, give or take, you're looking at the 1/3 done. So you're at least 1/3 of the way. A lot of this is kind of just to maintain time awareness, and see where crews are throughout the entire race. But I mean, we see a really good battle here though between these two crews. That Viper Va'a boat there on the inside, the strip plank, and then, like we said, this outside Mo'area crew here. But really, really good race here. We love seeing those battles, There is some things to be said as, there's definitely some reasons why certain crews make good headway, so they end up like walking away from other boats, and a lot of times it could just be, like you said, inside could be sticky, outside could have a little bit of a bump, and then before you know it, you just created some separation.
Right.
This is exactly what we saw earlier, though, with our junior Va'a crew. They were battling another crew, and I believe it was the EDT juniors, and they were having this exchange very similar.
Just back and forth, huh?
Yeah.
Really pacing, and it lends to the fact that, all these crews are going to be tight. Okay, we're going to get a quick clip here via the escort boat of, I believe it's one of Hawaii's men's crews coming in here to add as we continue to watch this 40s and over.
Team Hawaii moving out to the escort boat wake zone, making some money. Wailea on the inside. Great battle. Moving.
I believe that was two Hawaii crews, right?
So
Wailea on the inside and Team Hawaii on the outside. As they had mentioned, a lot of wake coming off those escort boats, and our steersmen being able to use whatever they can find out there. But a nice battle going on between two Hawaii crews, just pushing each other to finish as high as they can in today's race, day 2 of Hawaiki Nui Va, the big boy of all races. And so on your left, you can see the magnitude of that flotilla that is just following these paddlers as they come through Ta'a here.
Yeah, so let's take a look at what we just saw on screen. It looks like we just saw Shell kind of match up with OPT just now. So, again, this is...
I think that's Hawaii crew right there. Yep, Wailea right there. Looks like Kailua was the name of their boat, and this is, I think...
This is our Team Hawaii.
Team Hawaii right there. So both of our Hawaii men's crews in about the same location, but you can see there's some surf to be had in there.
Yeah, so there's
a little bit going on.
Yeah, this is a really good footage here. We've got none other than Jim Fody steering this crew right here with a mixture of Lanikai outrigger. And then just to the left, we've got the Wailea crew, both having a good run here. I believe they're exchanging for 10th and 11th place.
Yeah, boys.
So this is a good opportunity to see these two Hawaii crews maintain position and maybe close up the gap. But you could see they're not far behind the main three, which is probably about maybe close to a quarter mile or just shy of that. So really good opportunity right here. There's obviously some good little lines that can be utilized in the surf right here. And we see they're surfing. They're utilizing a little bit of that opportunity to just kind of maintain. And we see Wailea just slightly ahead of Team Hawaii here.
Okay, well,
oh man, look
at this. We're gonna enjoy this. We're gonna enjoy this for just a moment.
I've seen these Hawaii crews right here.
Watching our two Hawaii crews battle. Wouldn't it be cool that they both make it into the top 10 today? It's certainly a possibility. They're definitely knocking on the door. And those other 3 or 4 crews are literally right in front of them there.
Yeah, again, we got Moi Hao right there sitting in seat 1, stroking the crew. We got none other than Jim Fody holding it down and steering on the back end. I believe you said Raven is in this
Raven
crew.
Pokini, Rylan Hart, Aaron Norris, Miles Orr, and, of course, Jim Fody in the back there guiding them along.
Yeah, so looking really good. And then Team Wailea, we didn't get an update on the crew. Go out and win. We'll just try to get a look at that. But Wailea looking really, really good too. We'd love to hear who's in that crew. But wow. We got to follow a little bit of this Hawaii team here, and they're looking really, really good. You can see all that boat wake still coming in from the outside of the flotilla. That's definitely something that's can be tricky to manage.
It can be usable. It can also be a bit of a distraction as well.
Yeah.
It can kind of throw off the balance in the canoe.
Let's see who we
here
got.
Here we go back to, this is Wailea here. That looks like it's still Kainoa Tanawai in seat 2.
Yeah, I believe it looks like Tristan might be in there today. It's hard to get that shadow,
Is that Tristan in 4 maybe?
Yeah, it could be. We'll get an update, but we do know right now this is your Wailea boys having a really good race right here.
That does not look like Koa Kramer in 6 though.
I am kind of thinking that might be Tehotu. Anyway, gang, this is your Wailea crew looking really strong, just slightly ahead of Team Hawaii. Having a good run right here, but it does look like there's a change in the steersman and part of the crew. But man, looking really, really good here. They've been running this little surf line here coming off of that flotilla for a while now.
But that crew in orange in the back off their back quarter has been kind of making some moves. They are battling right now with that Team Hawaii behind them. But, yeah, they're looking good as well. Maybe we can send a shout-out to members of the Wailea support crew that give us a crew list if you got some time.
Yeah, that'd be great. But, again, this is Pire. None other than, again, Stevie's crew there.
Okay, we're going to shift gears real quick here and head over to an update from our women who are certainly getting close to a finish line. Team Hawaii in the lead. Ladies, how's it going over there? All right, Kahano Amati out there for us. She's doing a great job up there. Sorry, with the wind, and that's probably just an iPhone. We're not getting the best traction as far as our audio there, but definitely a couple things we were able to pick out. Oh, here's Kenji trying to catch the drone. There's our guy Kenji in orange there trying to catch Alex's drone. Pretty funny. But back to the women, they are. It seemed like she said about 2.5 miles to the finish line. Yep. I think I was also able to catch that they're about 3 minutes in front of Ihilani Va'a, which is both elements. Great news for the Hawaii contingent. And, go ladies. Let's see if we can get them to pull off a W here on day 2 with enough time gap to be able to bring home the gold. Right now in front of us, we're seeing EDT Va'a. This is their senior veteran men, their 40s crew, looking good, man. That dude don't look 40, bro.
No, they
solid.
They are definitely in top shape, man, and maintaining that physique can definitely help you when you're in paddling, But definitely EDT, strong crew, all the way across the board from their juniors all the way to their vets. Really good. Opportunity to see them in the top 10.
I'm curious who that is inside of them. That almost looks like Manutea Owen steering that other crew. He's so tall.
It probably is.
Right?
They were just slightly.
Because they had the yellow jersey, right? On top of their. That's kind of like almost like Tour de France, right? The yellow is the leader from the day before.
Yeah, so currently it looks like that could be that boat, Manutea and company, but This is so iconic right here, passing this church, and just what a cool visual for everybody.
Yeah,
but
one of our early updates from the women had them coming across this, right? From Andrea Moller.
Yeah, check this out, though. Everyone is just stoked to see all these crews coming across, just cheering them on. I mean, that's so cool to see, and, what a great backdrop, and opportunity to just race in the backyard of Taha. So
it just screams South Pacific, Look at that, how lush and green, the coconut trees, clear waters. Beautiful.
Oh, man, check these boats out. They're just battling it. They've been neck and neck this whole entire time, probably for the last, again, maybe a good hour into the race, and they're still, just battling the whole way. So gotta love this, battles like this. It really drives you to stay on top of your game.
Yeah, and it's not like you can whisper to your crew or call out and say, okay, well, let's go now.
There's no silent
treatment. Other guys could know.
There's no silent treatment on this one.
The other crew knows exactly what you're doing, when you're going to react, when you're going to push. So you just got to get in there and give them, I guess, just head to head.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks.
On it. Is that?
Nope.
Hard to see. No.
All right, so we're going to check our GPS tracker here. We're kind of squeezed into the lineup. We're about, again, 1 hour into our race. We'll get an update as we go a little bit. We'll zoom in just a little bit more, and we'll try to give you that update. So it does look like Shell and OPT are trading off for first place there. It does look like Poporoi, Teho, and Mamu actually moved ahead of Team Air Tahiti. So that's one of the differences that we've seen currently. But Shell is currently just slightly ahead of OPT from the GPS tracker.
Wow.
And then moving back towards maybe around ninth place, we can find Team Hawaii and Team Wailea. They were trading off, and they were having a good run against
right
each
there.
other. So they look like they're in probably overall
between Huahine and Pirai.
So they're about 9th and 10th place, trading off right there. If you follow all of the yellow Va'as there, man, looking like, again, breaking the top 10. It does show them in actually 10th and 11th. So, but because Pirai is just slightly above them on the line, on the run, and so they're kind of trading off, that 10th, 11th, 12th position.
Right.
So we're going to see a really good race here, as we still got a lot of paddling to be done. We're, again, only 1 hour into the race. This race usually averages about the 2.5 mark. So, again, we've got another hour to go before we see anyone coming across that finish line. So that's going to be a good opportunity to see what the time difference is.
What a shot, man. Look at that.
This is what it's all about right here.
Yeah, what a beautiful shot. And, I mean, man, if you love paddling, what a place to go and race,
Yeah, absolutely.
Incredible.
And, this again is my favorite part of the race, is coming up on the backside of Ta, and when you see the scenery and just what it looks like, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
Definitely a big
appreciation. Hard to keep your eyes in the canoe, right? Especially for somebody from Hawaii.
Oh, I guarantee.
It's like racing the Nepali coastline.
From Cape Town,
hey,
South
Esther.
Africa. Let's go.
Hi, I think that's Christian's mom. Hello, Auntie. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we got him working. All right. Okay,
everyone's asking if we put up that link in our Facebook, so we'll try to get that up there, that GPS tracker onto the Facebook link. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. Definitely, seeing all of these teams battle right here is definitely something we've been looking forward to having. We're seeing two Hawaii crews battle back and forth, which is awesome, because it's a good thing to kind of have somebody out there that you can look at and work hard for, and that's a great two group of paddlers there with Team Wailea, as well as your mixture of the Lanikai outrigger Keokaha. But again, we saw the
trading back and forth. Look at this.
Yep, looks
at
like
the 1 hour mark.
OPT now ahead of Shell, and it's been like this a little bit now. Shell just took the lead about maybe 5 to 10 minutes ago. Then OPT surges past. Then Shell's gonna try to make a run for it. So, man, this is what it's all about right here. This battle between these two crews here. Something we did note is
look at them just resting. Look at that. Yowza. This OPT crew seems to have a little bit of an advantage when there's something to surf.
Yeah, they definitely have made really good opportunities of it. But, I mean, Shell definitely doesn't – it's not going to be hard to just keep walking from at this point. As we can see right here, everybody's taking advantage of this little tide push here as we make our way closer around this corner.
Oh, here comes Shell.
Yeah, this is a great battle here.
But, none of these guys are going to get too excited about it.
Well, we see a big exchange towards the middle. Poporoi Tehoe Mamu moving up to third place. Manihi Va'a, EDT dropping Air Tahiti right now. So we'll see what's happening right there.
Look at this.
Team
Here
Hawaii.
they come. Wow, what a move inside by...
Oh, smashing on that.
Yeah, they jumped
run
on that wave and just kind of pulled away a little bit. Nice work by Shell Va'a. They gained like a whole boat length right there. Let's see if OPT can answer.
Yeah, I think the smart play here for OPT is obviously keeping it as close as possible, not letting Shell run away with anything. But OPT can exchange any given time and just work their way right back up in front. Maybe utilizing a little bit of this swell and tide push here. Man, it looks like they're just cruising. Shell just...
Ooh, that Ama bouncing up on Shell's boat.
Oh, they don't mind.
They don't mind.
They don't mind. There
ain't nothing but a thing.
Oh, how's this little bump right here? OPT just sticking in it right now. Nice and smooth, comfortable. That's a great exchange right here by these two top-tier teams. I mean, we're basically watching a couple different styles here. More of an attacking by Shell, attacking every little opportunity, whereas OPT kind of keeping it more relaxed, just maximizing the bump as they see fit. But both crews going to keep it really close. And like we said before, we did feel that Shell could close up the gap and maybe make a move. This is their leg to do any type of press, if you will.
Air Tahiti.
Oh, man, we're seeing some really good things right here by all of these crews here. Looks like, yep, none other than Air Tahiti right there on the inside, right at that same location where that,
just behind. We
that
just watched
swell bump is happening. But we did see it looked like Poporoi, Tehoe Mamu was above them, EDT past them. I want to say we saw Manihi potentially ahead of them. So
on screen right now we have our Hawaii teams. I think that was correct from our technician here, and they are definitely using that inside track there, trying to catch a little bit of the bump. They're going to be shortly coming around that same area where we just saw our leaders. But looking good, these two crews from
I think this is a really good opportunity right here, what they're doing. They're sticking on that inside track. Huahine is taking a more outside approach and maybe trying to see if they can get an outside surf run. But based on what we saw with Shell previously, I think this inside track is definitely something where you might want to take advantage of. So good call here, I think, for your Hawaii crews, as Huahine is still kind of slightly off of the shoreline. Man, this is going to be interesting. And I am kind of curious to see who's steering Wailea, if we get a crew list on that, because like you said, I don't think that was
Mr. Kramer.
Yeah, I don't think that was Kikoa steering, so...
Looks like it's still Wailea just behind, and Team Hawaii in the lead of this little group right here.
I think it might be
opposite switch. Do you think?
I think once we get closer, we'll get a good idea who's who. Let's see. Oh, nice little bumps here.
Yep.
It could be a little bit more of that flotilla look, if you will. Yeah, looking really strong right there. Yeah, that's going to be, again, like you said, Team Wailea, Team Hawaii.
I think that's Jim there.
Yeah, that's definitely Team Hawaii right here. Again, this is your mixture. Moihao in one, your Lanikai group, Raven, Aaron, as well as Miles and Ryan here. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and we caught a lot of good updates right here. We're at Team Hawaii, but we're going to jump to our update for our women's crew to check in with them as they're probably at the finish.
Oh, it's getting close. Yep.
It's stormy out here. We're going they look good. They look really good.
Looks like Team Hawaii in blue there, making their way into these headwinds into that finish line. But as Kahanu had mentioned, looking strong, looking really, really strong. These ladies have not far to go.
Yeah, this is what it looked like last year coming around that corner up on the north end of Taha, where it just gets cranking on the wind. So you can see the wind is way up. It's all headwind. You're going to be fighting your way up. But right here, we're looking at, again, your Team Hawaii crew here. Lani Kai, Outrigger, Keokaha mixture. Having a good race here. They're
nice little run right there. Look at that.
Sitting in 10th place, and looking really, really strong. Having a really good race right here. Man, smooth. Well done.
That was nice. That was a nice little run, nice little shot. Let's check in on Wailea just behind them here. I believe in the white canoe as well. The name of their canoe is Kailua.
Yeah. So again, looking really strong. This is your Wailea crew here. Definitely Kainoa up in there.
They're on a little push right there.
I'm thinking Chase might be jumped in into that crew this round. We'll get an update though for the Wailea crew. As far as the junior update, we unfortunately don't have a full updates on the juniors. We've definitely have tried to ask some of our ground team or paddlers from within those crews to send us updates, but we didn't get anything, unfortunately. Last we checked, Big Island Junior Va sitting currently in 3rd overall. They were battling EDT for the first hour, but until we get an update, we're not going to be certain. If you jump on, maybe we can get that GPS tracker. I don't know if every crew is going to have on the junior side, but we're unfortunately not able to pull that up just yet. But right now on screen, we've got our women right there on screen on your upper top left side. Again, this is
difficult for us to kind of
looks like your Team
right
Hawaii,
there.
maybe. Oh, Taurea.
No, this is women's.
This is going to be this is your Team Hawaii.
This is Team Hawaii right
Sorry, gang. It's just we sometimes it gets a little bit unclear for us to see on our screen. But yeah, this is definitely Team Hawaii. They're coming into that finish line, probably about a mile or so left.
It looks like Kristen Foster in 2, if I were to guess.
Oh, there we
Nope. That's Team Hawaii men's. They're trying to get it together there, but is that Alana Gu Frazier maybe stroking? I'm not quite sure. I know those two up front. They're very good friends. They both live on Kauai. That would be a nice little synergy there between the two of them. Looks like that's still Lori steering. Is that what you're seeing there, kind of?
Yeah, I think so. And we've been looking to get a crew update for a little bit. But as you can see, this is your list here of all of your paddlers.
Monica Esquivel.
Yeah, we got Beata, we got Lauren, Laurie, Kristen, Alana. Man, just really good group of wahine there. As you can see,
maybe Lauren in 4. So yeah, they won last year. They didn't race in 2023, but they came first in this leg with a time of 2 hours and 10 minutes. We're not sure of their elapsed time as of right now for the women's race, but yeah, they are looking good. Seems like that headwind, if you can tell by the way that stroker's hair is blowing, they're either going super fast or there's also a little bit of a headwind coming at them, but they seem to be grinding it out coming uphill right there. I'm pretty sure that Kahanu is not part of that crew right there, right? Because we were talking with her earlier.
She's just following them, but she's actually a part of it.
Yeah, she's part of the crew. Yeah. Probably raced yesterday.
Yeah, so a big shout out to Kahanu for giving us all those
she's pretty good. We're going to have to get her on the team.
Yeah, definitely appreciate all that. And, just a really good race here for Team Hawaii Wahine. These Wahine are currently trying to take the win yet again. So maybe a two-peat here for Team Hawaii. So big congratulations for them on this race. But back to the men's race here, your senior open men. Man, they're just flying coming around this turn. EDT Va up there in the top 5 or 6, as well as Manihi. And then, honestly, we don't have a full update, but Poporoi Te Hoi Mamu is doing really well, as well as, again, they are just slightly probably ahead of Air Tahiti. So a lot of exchanges here between 4th and 8th place. Will be good to see if Hawaii was able to pass up Pire and if they were able to pass Huahine. So this is your GPS tracker. I'm going to go ahead and try to get that link sent over to me via my like a text, and then I'll drop it in the Facebook chat. Okay, it looks like we did get it in the Facebook chat. So for those of you that are asking for the GPS tracker, go ahead and you can find it throughout our comments here on the Ocean Paddler comment, and you guys will be able to follow that link. But currently right here, this is what we're looking at. We're going to go ahead and find Team Hawaii is just right there. So
they're looking great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they're running in 10th place. So, I believe Wailea's right behind them.
Yeah, so we're looking at a 10th and 11th spot currently for the 2 Hawaii Open men's crews, having a really, really good race. As you can see, Shell has started to open up a small gap between them and OPT. But if you guys want, this is the best way to check in relationships to everyone where all the crews are. But, man, this is turning out to be a really close race. I think we're going to see some exchanges, Kalai, for this top 5 position going in because, man.
What's interesting as well on that the tracker update is next time we look at it will be the look at the speeds. It lists on the far right the speed. So Shelfa'a, in this kind of flat water, they're hitting 14, 13, 15, 17 knots an hour. That's pretty fast, bro.
Yeah.
That is fast. When you figure that a knot is 1.2 miles an hour, that's pretty fast. They are flying. Wow, nice work. There we go. This is let's see what crew this might be here. I don't know if that's...
Looks like EDT Va.
EDT,
yeah. EDT just right there with that purple and white. The red, white, and yellow. Looks like maybe you got a couple of those other crews like Poporoi, Te Hoi Mamu.
Okay. Here's a little update of where they are in relation to the course.
So we're at 20.2, so there's only roughly about 7 kilometers left, so not that much.
Just a few miles.
Yeah, not that much left, maybe about 4 miles or so. So we're looking at about 4.2 miles-ish around there left to go. So we still got a little bit of time to be had. We're looking at still about 40 minutes of racing before we might see some of our first crews getting closer to that finish line. But really exciting. Check this out. There's a boat that's just kind of cruising right in the middle of the course. And
I'm just going to hang out right here.
This is... All right, so coming around the north end, guys, we're starting to see a little bit more of that wind texture as well as some rain. So that's definitely going to become a factor. But we're taking a look at this. It looks like Shell has opened up maybe a little bit of a bigger gap here if this is them. I believe this is going to be, this is going to be Shell. Shell decided to take off. They are now opened up a huge gap between them and OPT. Check this out, Kalei. They're flying. They're moving rates. This is why they're going so fast.
They are cooking. Look at that. Wow.
They look them, and they're attacking every opportunity to get. All they're doing is attacking every single little bump, every single draw in anything they're gonna grab. They're going to take advantage of, and they started opening up a huge gap there between them and OPT. So we're going to see how this plays off for them, Kalei, because they, like we said, leg 2 is definitely their wheelhouse. They basically won it every year. For the last 3 years, they've won this second part of the race. So their sprint leg is definitely one of those dominant parts of their strategy.
And there's, again, the women of Hawaii. Looks like they stopped paddling. Are they at the finish line?
Yeah, it looks like your Team Hawaii women have across the finish line, it looks like.
Or they're about to be? No, not almost close.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's kind of like a L shape. They go in and then go right, and they're going to come right up to the buoy up in the front. Again, this is our Team Hawaii. Unfortunately, it's a little bit blurry, so we don't want to call out people that are not on the but Team Hawaii coming into the finish line. Looks like they're going to go ahead and win Hawaiki Nui 2025 championship today. Congratulations to Team Hawaii. We'll get the official update as there they are. They're
Look
coming
at
to
that
the
stroke
finish
rate,
line.
my goodness.
Congratulations.
And congratulations, ladies. All right. You know, we definitely going to call that unofficially in case there's any type of penalties that might be assessed, but nothing that we know of. And way to go, ladies. Let's just hope they were able to continue enough of a gap between them and second place so that they can secure that win for the entire race. Congratulations to mostly Team Bradley women representing Hawaii down in Hawaiki Nui Va.
Yeah, we got an update on that team from Wailea as well. So we got Chase Kainoa, Daniel, Tristan, Dane, and Tehotu in that crew. So that was in the Wailea boat. That's what we got in the team. And they're having a really good race here as, again, we were following two of our Hawaii crews. Team Hawaii Wahine just coming across the line just now unofficially / hopefully officially first place overall, as they do look like they had more than a 25-second lead ahead of Ihilani Va'a. We will get an update. Hopefully Team Nalu, the second Hawaii crew, might be closing up that gap as well. And hopefully we might see two Wahine crew up in the top 3. That would be awesome.
That would be great. That Team Nalu, you know, they're a bunch of really strong paddlers too. We'll see how they're able to pull it together. They're maybe not as familiar with each other, kind of a few members being pulled from different clubs and crews, whereas Bradley, they tend to have been paddling together for a little bit longer, especially after this their training for this past women's Navahine Okekai. But man, these canoes are moving, Micah. Wow. Impressive.
Yeah, just kind of looking at all of that moments of them trying to attack these stroke rates and, you know, man, just incredible to see. I think one of the...
This might be our leader here, huh?
Yeah.
That looks like in yellow on the left of your screen, Shell Va'a. And I'm curious if to our right, in behind them, several canoe lengths is going to be our winner from yesterday, OPT.
Yeah, it's you could see OPT kind of trailing just slightly back. The big difference here was that attacking rate. Looks like we were kind of getting some updates, probably hitting about 76 strokes per minute there for Shell.
Wow.
OPT just slightly back, more like on the 64 is what was the count on them. And, man, just the fact that they're running at that rate for this distance just shows that, you know, sprinting at that rate is manageable and easy to maintain for these crews. But looks like Huahine right there on
Huahine
screen.
right there, yeah. On the whale, CJ.
Man, look at these 3 crews. This is a battle. This is a battle for about 4th place here. And you've got 4 crews all within less than half a second of each other and all just blazing on this inside track here.
Wow.
Flying.
There's Team Hawaii right there.
Yeah, yep, Team Hawaii kind of closed up that gap. They're running around 9th to 10th place, having a good run here. Moihao sitting in 1. Again, looks like a couple of your other paddlers, Raven, Aaron, Miles, Rylan, and as well as Jim Fody there. The rest on the other side will be sitting it out for today. But, man, they're having a good race today. Team Hawaii is doing really well, as well as Team Wailea, which is actually probably only a boat or 2 behind. So, man, really good opportunity for these 2 crews to close it up. But Huahine just came right out of sight. They're no longer in the camera view. They got something, and they ended up gone. So
their stroke definitely seems to be, even when they relax down, it doesn't seem to pull back quite as far as some of these Tahitian crews, as far as like rate and length of stroke as well.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of that adjustment. They haven't, use the Matina maybe as much as some of these other crews. Also, the throw together side of the crew. We see right here Huine just has it all dialed in. Their rate count going up when it needs to, backing it down, maintaining. But again, in the likes of CJ steering, definitely making a great.
And here's Ihilani. They are in second place, we believe.
Yeah, it looks like they're in second place. It looks like coming in with a strong finish here. Well done, ladies. Man, definitely putting together a good effort, trying to hold off Team Hawaii, but unable to do so as of right now. But looking like a second place finish here for Ihilani Va. They were in first place yesterday. So again, winning day one. Congratulations to them. Day two, still making it second place here. So this is the last buoy before they make their way to the finish. So congratulations to Ihilani Va. Again, you're winners of the Molokai Hoi.
Yes.
Looks like currently second place for Hawaiki Nui 2025. So
very different race though, Molokai Hoi. It's 9-man changes, right? Different vessel for sure. Even to add a little bit of texture to that, Team Bradley came in second in this year's Navahine in a koa canoe.
Yeah.
Where so they were actually first in their division, but Ihilani Va'a in the glass or spec boat coming first overall, and so kind of exciting to see them with a nice finish by Ihilani Va'a. But seems like our T. Bradley women really like those, really like that matahina and the way it moves in the water.
Yeah, congratulations to both crews, Team Hawaii and Ihilani, for your competitiveness and being able to give us quite a show. And congratulations to both of these crews as they finished day two. This is, again, their championship day. So looks like Team Hawaii going to be winning first and Ihilani getting second overall. We'll see who comes in third. I'm sure they're going to be posting all of the finishers as these crews come across. But, man, check this out right here on screen. Looking solid right there.
It's one of this is one of Team Hawaii, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be Team Hawaii. This is, again, your outrigger Lani Kai mixture. I mean, having a great race here. Probably trying to pick off any of the other crews just slightly ahead of them.
Yeah, it looks like a 40s crew just inside of them, but they're using that as motivation.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, this is, again, your Team Hawaii crew. They're sitting in roughly about that 10th place position. We don't know exactly if they snuck past anybody on that inside run from that last group, because there was 4 crews battling side by side. We did see look like EDT slightly ahead, as well as Huahine. Just back of them looked like Manihi. So definitely seeing Hawaii having a great race here. Man, they had a strong finish yesterday. Today looking pretty good, man. They're trying to keep that rate up and try to close up some of that gap, because, again, time frame is everything at this point. Yeah, we're gonna get an update, but it did look like potentially a team like Wailea and Team Hawaii were kind of in that 10th place area. We won't know until we get closer to the finish line, as we've been seeing the wind, Kalai, being just absolutely brutal.
Yeah, there's that upwind section at the end when they come around the corner.
Yeah, and that's about a good 4 miles of it,
What the silver lining to that, though, Micah, is that's the same wind direction that's going to take them to Bora Bora tomorrow. So if it's still honking winds out there today as it was yesterday, let's hope that carries through so that we get a nice fast crossing tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we definitely could see some, again, if we saw some records being broken yesterday and then conditions allow it to be, we might be able to see that again tomorrow. So for those of you tuning in, want a big shout out to TNT TV for, again, providing this live simulcast for us to bring to you, to your guys' homes, your phones, and everything. But as well as shopoutrigger.com and Ade Tahiti for, sponsoring this event for us.
Yeah, speaking of, let's take a quick a quick commercial break here. We'll congratulate our ladies from Team Hawaii and continue to watch our crews move through here. That's going to be Wailea right there as we leave you. Looking good, fellas, coming down along shore in Taha. We'll take a quick commercial break and be right back.
This special simulcast in English of the 2025 Hawaiki Nui Va from Tahiti is made possible by TNTV, Tahiti Nui Television, Are Tahiti, ShopOutrigger.com, Ocean Paddler TV, and these great supporters. When you're on the water, you want to be safe. But the Voga Va'a flotation vest is also designed with a snug fit and comfort, so it won't interfere with your performance. This lightweight vest is made of flexible neoprene, giving you full mobility with every stroke. Paddlers love a vest that feels good and won't slow you down. Be smart, be safe, be comfortable with Voga at ShopOutrigger.com.
Allow us to help you grow your brand and expand your business by reaching Hawaii's giant outdoor sports and ocean enthusiast demographic. Zone Media Advertising specializes in television commercial production and campaigns, social media content production and distribution, drone and video production, cutting-edge live productions, and more. With over 25 years leading Hawaii's action sports market, give us a call to find out how we can help you grow your business.
For me, it's a Ferrari, this canoe. The V1 teaches you a lot. It can be a boat for beginner because when you're beginner, you don't expect nothing from a boat. You will learn with the boat. So the Marara is a boat for everyone. It's a boat who can increase the glide like very high. You can, in 2 or 3 strokes, you can improve like 1 or 2 kilometers. So that's why I love the Marara.
Yes, and we're back here on day 2 of Hawaiki Nui Va, direct from Tahiti. Mahalo to TNTV for this live simulcast. And look at this video. This is actually coming in from our man Alex. He's got his drone up and firing there. And my gosh, what an incredible background to be able to race down at Tahiti. You can see the whole flotilla of vessels following along the race and the canoes there closer to the shoreline. We are getting close to the finish of the men's race, just a couple of miles left, especially at the speeds. We've seen them achieving 13, 14, 17 knots of travel speed, and that's just incredible on a canoe in flat water. We're looking at our men's crews are going to have a little bit of a upwind section here as they approach the finish line. But again, congratulations to the ladies of Team Hawaii for pulling down a first place today. And we're going to go out on a limb here and say that their cumulative time was enough to secure gold. Right behind them was Ihilani Va'a coming in second place. But again, here are your leaders.
Check this out.
I believe that OPT has kind of closed the gap. That's Shell Va'a there on that inside. They had a real aggressive tone in their paddling, like the last half an hour, 45 minutes in those little surf runs. But now, as they start to get flat water and maybe up into a headwind, looks like those guys from OPT are going deep and strong coming into it. Oh, right. Real quick.
All right, there's our update, gang, for Day 2 championships here. So Team Air Tahiti Junior Va there going ahead and taking away that win. Mataya Hoy, awesome job, guys. Second place, Team OPT in third. Big Island Junior Va just outside of the bubble there. Fourth place, Ke'ayaka Hoy in 10th place. So congratulations to our Hawaii crews. That's your update. So for those of you looking for that junior update, that is the official update for Day 2. And then rounded out by 11th place there, your finals. So great job for Day 2. Congratulations to all of our competitors. A big shout out to our Hawaii crews for representing Team Hawaii and going down there.
Yeah, congrats to our Hawaii crews. Maybe we can get them to send us some videos or whatever that we can share with you on our Facebook feed. But Big Island Junior Va, and quite a commitment by Ke'ayaka Hoy from the east side of Oahu, putting together 2 teams of young men to represent over there in Tahiti. So congratulations, fellas. And again, we are back with our leaders of the open men's race. And this is, man, Micah, do my eyes deceive me, or is now OPT closing the gap on Shell Va?
Yeah, OPT is just honestly a really strong crew. You can tell they're very relaxed in what they're doing. There's no sense of panic or urgency, even though Shell is just slightly ahead. I think the goal is to still try to close the gap to the finish. Maybe not let Shell get too far ahead because, again, we don't have much room left. Probably no more than a couple of miles or so on the average. And, it's turning out to be a really close battle there again.
So these crews in those blue jerseys, that's like our 40s and 50s age division men's. And then the open or senior, what they call it there in Tahiti, is in the green jerseys. But on the left of your screen, that is certainly OPT closing the gap. Now, just as much as Shell Va wants to win this second leg, because that's been theirs the last few years, OPT wants to close the door on them. OPT wants to have a shutout, right?
I think
they got the space to do it. There's enough water in front of them.
Yeah, a lot of water. Again, like you said, Kalei, we're going to be facing a little bit more of that headwind, especially towards the end of the race when we come into that little bay of Taha. But currently, right now, just looking at OPT right here, they've closed it up. To the point where they're right at the tail of Shell again. And we see a lot of great control by both crews here. The fact that they both want to win this race right here for leg 2. And they're both not going to give up any position. Great to see Air Tahiti kind of making their way back up into the 4th place position because they were as low as 8th place, probably close to about 40 minutes ago. Team Hawaii holding on to that 10th place position. They weren't too far behind Huahine, but I will say I know we've been watching CJ do some, phenomenal things back there. But
I remember him last year on leg 3 coming into.
Check out OPT right here, maximizing every little bump that they can get, and they're basically going to be surfing right ahead of Shell right now on your screen here. So great battle by both of these clubs here. Again, like we stated before, it looks like completely different crews from yesterday to today. So both clubs looking like they did a full swap.
Wow. Shell was several canoe lengths ahead at one point. This again, our Hawaii team, I believe, they're in the middle.
Yeah, it looks like Wailea maybe.
Wailea there, yep.
Wailea just trying to press down on Pirai, and then just slightly behind, it looks like 2 more, one senior, one veterans crew, like a 50s crew potentially there. Here's your update exactly where we are on the course. Again, we're at 22 kilometers. There's 5 kilometers left, Kalai, so probably no more than 2 miles.
It's close.
So we're going to close down the gap right here. They still have to go kind of around like this L-shaped finish, 2 buoys after they get there. So not much time left. We're looking at a pretty good sprint here, probably about 14 minutes or so.
Wow.
So stay tuned, gang, because this is going to be really important going into day number 3. What a battle. But, I just am so impressed with just visually watching all of these crews. This is Arue Va'a right here. And, man, looking so clean. That's a great battle right here. We're seeing 4 Va'as.
Oh, look on the left side of your screen.
OPT surging
is now
right
half
past
a boat
Shell.
length ahead. I mean, it was impressive to watch Shell pull away from them by that much. I mean, it was easily half a dozen boat lengths.
Sure.
Easy.
Yeah.
And now for them to punch back, right? It's always cool, or impressive to see somebody throw a big punch.
Right.
It's even more impressive to
return it.
See that guy that got the punch turn around and give it back, right? And so here they come. OPT. This is really going to be a statement if they are able to steal away day 2 from
you
Shell.
gotta love this. We saw some of this last year,
neck
where
to neck.
neck to neck. We've seen Air Tahiti do that with Shell before, the exchanges, but right here we're seeing Shell Va'a, OPT just slightly ahead. Now they're probably about 3/4 of a canoe length ahead of Shell. But man, to see this exchange, and we just saw it. OPT just slightly outside, surf right by them.
But really, the dynamic in these crews, in these individual crews at this moment. I mean, how many times have you raced like this? Not only in races, but in practice, whatever. And it's kind of that crew that has that little bit of momentum that's coming from behind and pushing on you and getting ahead. That's like brain damage, bro. That's hard to receive, and it's hard to answer that, really. With this close to the finish line, it's hard to answer that. It's hard to pick yourself up once again and come back at it. So really, you're showing just the mental fortitude of each one of these crews to be able to, work their game plan, give it all they got, and be assured each one of those paddlers is giving everything that they have.
Yep.
But is that crew have its own continuity within itself to be able to put it together to answer or to pull ahead or whatever it is. So really exciting stuff.
Yeah, you gotta love that. So here's your final there for
mackerel,
your women.
5 minutes and 51 seconds.
Well done. So Team Hawaii pulling away a win here. And check that out. Look at 3rd place. Team Nalu coming
ladies.
in 3rd. Man, unreal. So, hey, gang, just an update right here. Team Hawaii coming in 1st place, day 2, and Team Nalu coming in 3rd place. So, well done. Again, your Team Nalu women, the Kilohana mix, as well as Heilani and some of the Bradley women.
My gal Rillo was in there. What's up, Rillo?
Yeah.
And Celeste Pai'aina.
Yep.
And, Dondi.
Yep.
Dawson is in there. Those ladies from Heilani.
Mehana,
Those are all, that's all 40s.
Yep.
It's FYI. Those ladies all race in the 40s and even above. They might be able to. And a couple of young ladies from Kilohana, right?
Yep.
The Makua girls are there, along with Auntie Mahea is there. This is my auntie, my other auntie. It's pretty funny. And Kaululu Uvai from Hawaiian Canoe Club and Team Bradley, really putting it together. Nice work today, ladies. Solid job on that 3rd place, and hopefully we get to see them on the podium when it's all said and done.
And it's just awesome to see Hawaii down there, and again, doing what they've done over and over again. But to participate in Tahiti, and again, it's always a big mahalo to the entire family of Tahiti to have us there, invite us, and let us race in their waters. And what a great exchange and opportunity. We got to see and witness Molokai about a month ago.
Yeah.
For Ihilani.
For me, Micah, it's really kind of a testament to what we talk about all the time as a term, ohana va'a, right? Within that Team Nalu, there are actually family members, right? And each of them have their own family, but they get together and have their friendships amongst other crews, and then they put together their own family. And now they are one of the families that ohana va'a that represent Hawaii as they go to have more than just a race. It's a cultural exchange. They're bringing, the sport of women's paddling up to Tahiti and showing what our ladies got. And really, we've talked this many times that our women's sports, women's athletics in America and Hawaii in particular is stronger than in places like Tahiti. And I think it's really inspiring for a lot of these Tahitian young ladies to see this and be like, oh, wow, you know what? How come our men are so dominant, but maybe not as much on the women's side? And our Tahitian women need to put it together and answer this call from our cousins in Hawaii, that are coming down to and showing us what these ladies got. It's impressive. It's really impressive.
It is. And like you're saying, Kalai, it's just unreal to be a part of that type of history,
Yes.
as well. So it's going to happen year in, year out. So looking forward to many more battles and many more successes for all of these crews. Currently,
Speaking of battles, look at those two Hawaii crews. And look, oh my gosh. OPT has opened up an easy 4 canoe length lead as they're coming into the finish line. There's not much left to go. 1.5 miles, 2 miles at the very most coming into this finish line, and they are dropping Shell Va'a. This is closing the door. They're going to build on their lead that they established yesterday.
Right.
But folks, just a reminder that leg 2 over the last few years has been owned by Shell Va'a, regardless of how they placed in the whole race. And on the right side of your screen, that's going to be our 2 Hawaii crews just exchanging blows right there. Both of them chasing down Pirai.
Yeah, actually, I think it's just going to be 1 Hawaii crew, 1 Arurue crew. I think the other crew
Is that Arurue?
Yeah, I think one of our crews might be slightly ahead of this entire group, but that's going to be Wailea trying to hunt down Pirai. But I think Team Hawaii is just ahead of them by maybe two placements. But Shell try to answer currently right now, and Shell is, again, just strong crew. They still got a little bit of time, a little bit of room to hopefully make up now.
I don't know. OPT's got the momentum. You know what I'm saying? Like just it's that mental feeling between the guys, and they obviously have found their blend and they're working it. This is a rough section though. This is uphill, and this kind of big deep stroke that these OPT guys are using is kind of what's propelling them forward.
Yeah, I mean, check this out. This is watching maximizing blade pressure and
look at that stroke length too, how far they're coming back, and they're really pressing as in that
all right,
quarter of their
there's
stroke.
your record time right there, 1:50.17 set by Shell Va'a, and we're about no less than 7 minutes away from the finish line. So this is looking like a really good opportunity to put another potential record.
My goodness.
So here we go, OPT looking really, really good. They're all in form. Keith Vernadon sitting there in seat 1, having a great race as he is the stroker. And, man, this crew, I believe it's basically a whole swapped-out crew, maybe one person. I think –
look at that, folks.
I really
Beautiful.
do. I think it's a full blend of new guys.
Especially that the engine room there. Look at the guys in 3, 4, and 5. Look how much body they're using. You know what I mean? Look at the torso work in there, the length of that stroke, the power they're putting in that back half of the stroke. Amazing. And they continue to open up this gap on Shell Va'a. This is exciting. Are we going to see 2 records in a row, brother?
I'm actually looking forward to seeing that.
It's exciting, folks.
Yesterday we called a record-breaking day. Today could be the same. We said it. It could be all 3 days. The conditions could align. But this crew, OPT, definitely having a good shot at breaking the record for day 2, which is set by Shell at 1 hour and 50 minutes and 17 seconds. We do not have much real estate left.
It is very possible, folks.
So
very
we're
possible.
closing up. I mean, if you're tuned in, I mean, you should be excited for something like this. Again, we've watched 2 record-breaking days. We've seen some great championship finishes thus far. But OPT, very, very strong, try to open up even more of a gap for tomorrow's day 3. Again, they're about 1 minute ahead of Shell from yesterday. Today, they could make that even more. But, I mean, this is incredible for us to be able to witness just some masterful paddling.
As OPT came out of Raiatea, they were looking great. They were in the lead. They weren't really running away from anybody yet at that time, right? They opened up a little bit of a gap. And then in that one section we were able to witness where the men of Shell Va'a pulled together a couple waves and surfed past them. We spoke about staying calm, staying in your crew,
right,
running your game, trusting your teammates, your brothers, and really they didn't get excited, right? They didn't lose it. They didn't be, oh, this is it. And they're past way too much experience and class and skill in these crews. And look at this now, able to respond late in the game, 3/4 of the way into this race.
Yeah.
And I don't know about the record for sure. It's going to be close, but it definitely seems that they are putting Shell Va'a behind them.
Yeah, they definitely have opened up that gap. I mean, we saw them surf past Shell maybe a good 5 minutes ago, and now they just opened up that gap a little bit further. Probably a good 7 to 8 canoe lengths now at this point. And I think Shell just trying to minimize any type of gappage right now, so that way day 3 they still have contention, because if OPT has a strong race tomorrow, they could potentially win a three-peat. But right here, they're about, give or take, they're going to be about 4 minutes off of the record time right here, as we just hit 1 hour 46 minutes. The record is 150. Definitely it'll be close. Might not be a record-breaking day, but conditions definitely allowed for some type of excitement for this finish for us. But as of right now, just incredible to see OPT do what they're doing right now, potentially running another win for day 2. That would mean that they're going to take out Shell, who's ran first place for day 2 for the last 3 years. So, man, pretty incredible stuff. And OPT just looking really strong, closing up that gap for the finish. We'd like to see how third place, fourth place is faring. Team Air Tahiti just slightly back of Poporoa Te Hoemamo. So we're going to see if they've been able to move past, but just incredible to see. Watching from Ocean Sports Club, Cabri, Cornwall. Wow. All the way out in the UK. Man.
Cool, man.
Awesome.
Hey, just like us, I'm sure you wish you were there. This is Air Tahiti here.
Yep. This is
these guys are flying as well, looking great, having a nice race.
Yeah, Air Tahiti kind of hitting that backwind section as well, and they're too trying to minimize any type of potential distance. They got to close the gap, keep the time frame low, because they'll be sitting behind Shell if they're more than 15 seconds back of Shell. So probably just trying to close it up.
Huahine's right
Manihi
there.
trying to close up the gap as well. These two crews are battling right now for 4th, 5th, and 6th. So, yeah, looking strong. This is going to be a really good opportunity to see an exchange here again from the 4th place all the way up to the 8th place. We'll see Team Hawaii just slightly back there. But like I said, Manihi Va and Huahine, man, just exchanging blow for blow, one stroke for the other. So this is what it's all about. All of these battles in Taha, this leg allows for a lot of this. And, that's so exciting to see. And just sometimes some crews just manage to just break away like we saw OPT do.
When you're in the canoe and the how everybody is working together is the most important element of this whole thing. It's really takes a lot of control and experience to keep your mind in the right place. And that's probably what these gentlemen have drilled into themselves over the years, right? Is like, I cannot try to get myself elevated about what's happening with the canoe next to me, because the only way I can respond properly is to stay in my canoe, make my canoe be the best that it can, and everything else is, I cannot control their canoe, right? I got to control myself first, and trusting, how can you not trust in your steersman when you got Kevin Saran-Jerusalemi back there?
Right.
But just staying in your own canoe and not getting like, oh, this is happening and that's happening, and that's a difference, between a novice crew and a incredibly experienced world champion crew like several of these are.
Right, absolutely. And, again, to be even in the top 5 and be talked about in that extent, it just goes to show how much talent and skill level is up there. And, again, we said this before, any one of those top 8 to 10 crews could definitely be in the first place winning, but it just all comes down to just putting it all together, having the right guys in play. For sure, it looks like OPT is not going to be able to break the record. However, they're still trying to push a little bit more of that gappage between them and Shell. So OPT having a good shot at trying to
I like that. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah, trying to break the record there, but. Man, just having a really good race. You could tell conditions coming into this little port area is quite challenging. There's a lot of texture and headwind, and just a lot of things going on. You could just see a lot of elements happening. But like you said, Kalai, if the winds are good tomorrow, might cause for a good downwind from here from Taha to Bora Bora. So looking forward to that.
Where are you at, Micah, in your experience, in your head, when you're exchanging back and forth? with crews like that.
I think it's controlling maybe not just your headspace, it's the other 5 guys you're paddling with, making sure they're staying cool, calm, collected, because like you said, it's going to take all 6 of you to work together. I think it's just coming down to that is trusting everybody in your boat and just keeping everyone, like you said, just keep them relaxed, keep them calm. There's no need to, stress over something
the moment
like that.
you try to do too much or get too excited, it'll throw off, whereas, you're constantly in a very relaxed way hunting for the blend, right? I mean, at a certain point, when your crew is that tight or that good, it's unconscious, but you're constantly feeling for that, as you paddle.
Yeah, here we got Team Hawaii here. This is your mixture of that Lanikai Outrigger, Keaukaha crew. Looking really good. They're coming into that headwind section. They don't have much left to go either. So, man, just looking pretty strong, trying to just maximize, obviously, anything they can get in the water. But looking really good. They're definitely coming into a good finish here. Looks like there's a good battle on the left-hand side with that Masters cruise just ahead of OPT. OPT trying to avoid any of that kind of, placement because you want to avoid that, yet you want to get ahead of them.
Right.
Potentially just so you can not get stuck because of time. So hopefully those crews are aware of what's happening behind them. Obviously, they're also battling for placement as well in the veteran side. So, but for sure, OPT definitely not trying to get into any kind of situation at this point.
Oh, I'm wondering. It looked for a moment there almost like they were going to shoot the gap between these
split
two
them.
crews.
I thought about.
Let's hope that these 40s guys aren't a little too intense that they kind of let it happen.
Right.
Oh no, he's going to go out on the outside there on the port
side.
I
think got to play it smart as well, right? You got to just make sure you finish the race. You don't want any kind of problems here at the finish. This definitely has happened.
Yeah, it looked like they're giving them some space. Huh?
Yeah, this has happened. That's why before where you're coming up and it's just a little bit of sign of respect, but. Just really powerful performance here by OPT. Looking like they can hold off Shell currently. But as you see, it's OPT, Shell, Poporoi, Te Hoemamu is still in third, and then Air Tahiti in fourth. So, again, we saw Manihi and Huahine was exchanging, Manihi pulling ahead of Huahine. And then Team Hawaii coming in ninth currently.
Pretty
so
good.
They moved up one spot out the back about 5 miles ago.
That's them right there on the right.
Yeah, that is. But here we see the left-hand screen. This is coming to your finish line right here. Last turn buoy and then home stretch. This is going to set for day number 3, Kalai. What an exciting day. Yeah, a little bit off of that record time. Not too much, a few minutes.
Not too much, but man, they have reached out and stolen away this day 2 dominance from Shell. They won handily yesterday, set the record, and now they're going to take home day 2 away from Shell. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, exciting. Like we said, it's always nice to probably sweep the whole thing. So they still got a full day of racing. This is the part where
give room.
Yeah, this is the part where it gets hairy, because you kind of don't want to run into any malfunctions there at the finish. But it looks like, again, these are all top tier athletes and paddlers, and they all want to do well. They all want to make sure everything is fair.
Yeah, but they don't want to ruin
a good thing.
A win on a race. When you're fighting for 15th place in a separate division.
Yeah. So again, just. Congratulations to all of these competitors as they're coming into the finish line for day 2. What an exciting race for these guys. OPT, unofficially your first place finishers. Shell will be coming in second place. Probably a good, maybe give or take 25 seconds potentially. They definitely had quite a gap just now on Shell. So we'll see that, and that could potentially open up for, actually it looks maybe a little bit more.
Gap.
I would say closer to maybe a minute. It's definitely quite the distance.
But to open up a minute that far into the race,
right? There was
was
only like half a mile of real estate there, So the fact that they did it in that short amount of time really tells you how strong of a crew OPT is, and it's just
now.
Yeah, it's just opening up potential for an even bigger opportunity for tomorrow. If for some reason, not a good start or conditions don't fare well and you still have 2 minutes ahead of a crew, really helps you out,
And you're right. That's a whole minute, basically.
Yeah. So now they're going to be 2 minutes ahead of Shell. Let's see. So
exactly a minute.
Yep.
Damn, you're good, bro.
Yeah. I feel like we've watched enough races to.
Ooh, bro, this guy, he's battling.
So there we go. We got that's going to be 2 minutes and 4 seconds, I believe, maybe even 2:05 spread for tomorrow. So again, congratulations to all these crews as we're finishing up day number 2. But Kalai, that was just incredible paddling that we saw towards the end of the race. I mean, like you said, it's just watching these battles. I really enjoy watching this crew here. Poporoi, Teohoi Mamu coming in. Looks like going to be your third place finishers. Nice. What a great group of paddlers coming off of that island of Bora Bora. So congratulations. They got the third place finish. They moved up so they're a minute and 40 seconds up. That means Air Tahiti, if Air Tahiti is back of them by more than 6 minutes, then Poporoi Tehomana would be in third. But it doesn't look like it. I think it's going to be maybe about close to still around that 3.5 minute gap. So, Air Tahiti's coming in quite quickly. They'll be here right now. So you're looking at, again, not too far off. I don't think they're going to be breaking anything closer to 5 minutes. They were about 6 minutes back.
They were quite a ways back, right?
And they did, though, improve against Shell. Because they were 15 seconds ahead of Shell yesterday. So as you see right there, 2:30. So yeah, not much difference. They're still going to be well ahead of Poporoi, Tehoi Mamu. So we're going to see where our Hawaii crews finish. Team Hawaii wasn't too far back from Huihine. It looks like they're running in 9th place, but again, there you see Manihi coming in 5th. Huahine is going to be in 6th place. And right behind them was Team Hawaii. So we'll see where they are. I mean, who knows? Maybe close the gap again.
That was a real nice battle between Manihi and Huahine, man. Yeah. They were just trading at the end there, too.
Yeah, so we got to see a lot of everything today, a lot of skill and teamwork. Man, just strong paddling right across the board. But we're seeing all of our finishers from not only the 40s and 50s, but our senior men kind of intertwining. But again, OPT, the story behind OPT is they have won first and second leg so far. They have one more to go in order to make it a three-peat. And if they do win 3 times in a row, they'll be taking home the perpetual trophy to their clubhouse. What an exciting opportunity.
I think it's also important to mention that, Shell has won this leg
3 years in a row.
The last 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years in a row.
And so for them to come in here and steal that away, it's almost like that was Shell's last vestige or last thing that they were hanging on to. And
sure.
When OPT came in, it's like, I will take everything.
And I think tomorrow is going to be a great showdown. Tomorrow is going to really tell us, what's going to happen because we're
still exciting because Shell is really not that far off of them.
2 minutes is nothing.
2 minutes is nothing in a race that long.
2 minutes for 36 miles, I mean, we know is nothing. I mean, they're separating themselves in 18 miles, and we're seeing 5 minutes in separation upwards to, and this is in the top 5-6 crews. Not saying that it would happen, but if anything, what we're seeing right here is potentially our 9th place finishers here. Again, breaking the top 10. Team Hawaii having a great race today. They did really, really well. Managed to fight into great positions, make way, coming across the finish line, looking like, again, I think this is going to be a 9th place finish here for Team Hawaii. So congratulations, guys. Really great effort there. Wow, just incredible paddling. So really proud of that Hawaii crew. We do have Wailea just slightly behind, and they are also having a great race. So both Hawaii crews.
Once again, that crew right in front of you that you're seeing, that's Moihao Pae, Raven Pokini, Rylan Hart, Aaron Norris, Miles Orr, and Jim Fody steering. Nice work, gang. A couple from Outrigger, a few from Lanikai, putting it together. As you mentioned, there was a switch out. Different steersmen today. Different people in that boat for them today. So we're looking like our guys that are going to race tomorrow had a good 48-hour rest period, which is certainly going to help.
Yeah, and then, that's the thing is it's still day 3, a long day to have.
Yes.
It's still an iron race. I mean, there's still a lot of opportunity for all of these crews. So even though you're back, say 14th, 15th place, having a great race and maybe coming up, give or take, way ahead of the crews tomorrow on a surf run or whatnot.
The Wailea gang right there.
Yep, here comes Wailea. So Wailea still battling and trying to get in there. That's going to be Chase, Kainoa, Daniel, Tristan, Dane, and Tehotu. So well done here. This is your Wailea team. And you know what? Not too far back.
No,
very,
right
very
there.
close. They
These
had
guys
a
are right
good
there.
race again, putting a lot of good opportunities as well. They had great surf runs. I mean, not too far back from Pire, right in front of them. So, yeah, well done there for our classmen in the senior men.
Nice job, Wailea. Good work.
Yes,
Good representation from both those Hawaii crews. All right, we're going to take a quick detour here and check in with our Team Hawaii, who were the winners of the women's race earlier today, handily over 5 minutes. And that spread, we believe, is going to guarantee them an overall gold for this week's racing, 2 days for them. So let's check in with our ladies just after they finish their race.
That's a little. After coming down from the lagoon, nice and calm, and you can kind of follow, and then hit that headwind.
Not too hot?
No. Today was actually pretty cool. The clouds, overcast, a little bit of rain. It kept us cool and comfortable today. Similar conditions to Hawaii, I think, with the wind and the temperature. So we felt at home.
Okay. Second place yesterday and first place today. Are you happy?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course, we were happy yesterday too. Yeah.
So you take a revenge from the.
I wouldn't call it revenge. I would just say, we had a better race today, and hats off. Winning or losing, you don't want to put too much on it. You want to always be humble, otherwise you're gonna stumble.
Oh.
Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Oh, we're gonna have to use that one, Lauren Spalding. You got to be humble. You're going to stumble.
Yeah.
I like that. And Lauren, actually, I believe this coming weekend is going to be back here on Oahu, getting inducted into the Dukanimoku Watermen's Hall of Fame. So congratulations to her, as well as another Maui paddler, Johnny Mack, getting inducted as well. Congratulations to both of them. We'll be covering that, of course, here on Ocean Paddler. But exciting stuff, and congratulations to Lauren. She continues to be at the top of her game. Easily the best female paddler. I can't see anybody that has won as much as she has in a number of different crafts, including surf ski. And so congratulations again to Team Hawaii. We believe Nalu was in third place.
Yep.
Today, we're going to see if that enables them to get a third place overall in the Hawaiki Nui. But it seems as though our ladies of Team Hawaii, our Team Bradley ladies, are going to be getting their first place. So congratulations to them. I really like how when prodded by the interviewer about was this a revenge, and everybody's always trying to create a
story,
right? But you're trying to create maybe a rivalry, which is like an ongoing story. And I think, of course, there's a rivalry. Anytime there's more than one canoe in the water, there's a race,
for
right?
sure.
But I think there's also a lot of aloha between these crews. And they just love being able to host another crew from Hawaii or Tahiti that's coming to your home waters to race and show them a great time and good sportsmanship. And again, it's that ohana wa'a,
I think there's just a lot of that mutual respect between any type of paddler, because they know how much work and effort has to go into and sacrifice to be in an event like this and compete at this high level. So, props off to all the teams that are racing, but a big congratulations to Team Hawaii as well as Team Nalu. And I believe they actually are in third place. So we'll get an update for everyone, but that is your day 2 Hawaiki Nui 2025. I mean, just exciting stuff. I mean, some of the best battles we've seen. Some great, even like we said, flat water. Yet there were still surf runs. There were still opportunities. I mean, we saw a lot of comeback from the back end where people they're in 14th, 15th place, and now they're in 6th place.
What a day of racing.
Like Huahine, for example. I mean, we've said it multiple times, but even in the likes of Air Tahiti dropping back mid-race, they were in 8th place and back into 4th place. So, and then probably 3rd overall. So there's a lot of things and happening, and just great strategies throughout all day today.
Yeah. So a quick recap: we had our juniors race finish up day 2 of 2 days. Great job by Big Island Junior Va coming in 4th place. And, of course, our 2 crews from Kiahiakahoe, 10th and 11th. Great job, great showing from all of those. And I just think for these young paddlers at that age to open up their perspective,
right?
Really just by going down there and being part of Hawaiki Nui, it's like, okay, this is where it is. This is the best in the world.
They went to the big dance. They got to participate and showcase their skill levels and learn a lot more, because that's the other side of paddling is, going to a venue, understanding the venue. It can definitely be a challenge because you don't know the direction. You don't know what it's like. And so it's experience. And same goes for any of these top athletes and these top crews. Every year they're experiencing something new, some type of challenge, and they're also still learning.
Right.
So yeah.
But I really like to think that it's a special experience for these really impressionable young paddlers.
Love it.
We talked to their coach Kamulao earlier, and a lot of these kids, they broke off from whatever other sport they were trying to do.
Yeah.
Football,
volleyball,
soccer, whatever,
yeah,
which is the mainstay sports. And a lot of times the generations before them, their parents, grandparents are like, how come you're not playing football? Or why aren't you in a baseball team? How come you quit? Whatever. So these young paddlers made the choice and said, hey, I'm going to dedicate myself to this. And dedicate they did, right? They're showing up 5 a.m. practices. They've been racing for a long time. They're going to take this journey to Tahiti as a springboard into their one-man season.
Right,
and this is a year-round thing for them, as many youth sports are nowadays, right?
Yes.
And so to see that level of commitment into something like paddling, where historically you would just go and race regatta season during the summer, right? Or maybe I'd race for your school or whatever, but it wasn't like this where you were traveling international. And so the amount of perspective that it gives these young men, and especially it's the seed that's planted, like, oh, wow, this isn't just show up on Sunday and race half a mile.
Right.
This is like, I get chance I'm going to travel.
Yeah.
And I'm going to represent my people. A lot of these are Hawaiian boys, represent my home internationally.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool, man.
I mean,
that's a bug. That's a different level. And I really think like it plants a seed in these kids where it's like, oh yeah, this is where it's going. And we're seeing this happen throughout many clubs throughout the state. And so it's kind of cool. And of course it's happening Big Island Junior Va. Those guys are killing it. So congratulations to all these young paddlers as well as coaches and clubs and families that made this happen for them. I think it's really, for me it's about, we started to register several years ago.
Yeah.
Why are the Tahitians beating us every time?
True.
Right?
True.
And what can we do? And it's happening. The answer was we start early.
Start early.
Right? And it's starting. So I'm excited to see the future for Hawaii paddling. So that was that. Our ladies continue to do well. Great job out there, 1st and 3rd, like we talked about. And congratulations to the men of Hawaii. They got a top 10 finish, we think, for Team Hawaii. And Wailea doing really well is also, but man, just that exchange between OPT and Shova'a. Like I would love to just tap in individually to those athletes and where they are mentally as that's happening.
I would love to hear a little bit of that feedback, especially because noting that the crew looks like it did get adjusted. So coming in, there's a lot of, obviously pride to race, but maybe, the idea of going in there and being the difference is really something special.
Yeah.
And, so right now we're finished with day 2. We'll get all the details. We'll see where everybody's placements are, and then going into day 3. I mean, it's a whole nother game.
The big leg.
We're talking 36 plus miles. We're talking, conditions could be favorable and not favorable. There's going to be surf, maybe maybe side wind, maybe hecticness. So it's a lot of things that could be happening tomorrow, but we're excited because we get to bring that to you one more day.
Live again tomorrow morning. Again, we're going to be here in studio a little bit earlier tomorrow,
yes.
Right? That's our plan, is to be going live at about 7:30. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Not 7. Yeah, 7:30.
Yeah, we're going to be live early. I believe
live early tomorrow. Either way, but there's a lot at stake tomorrow. It's going to be 7:15. 7:15. We're going to be live tomorrow.
We'll be live 7:15. So tune in. So set your guys' clocks. Bring us some coffee, and we're good to go.
Yeah. And tomorrow's Halloween, right?
Halloween.
You better have your costume on, Michael.
I already know what I'm going to be. I mean, I think I was the tequila. No,
you were the lime. I was the tequila last year. All right, folks. Well, thank you for joining us for our live simulcast with TNTV. Mahalo to them again for sharing this video footage. We also want to, of course, thank Are Tahiti and ShopOutrigger.com for making this possible. From everyone here at Ocean Paddler, including my man next to me, Micah Kalama. Big mahalo to all of you for joining us, and we'll see you again tomorrow morning. Until then, hoi pa.
This special simulcast in English of the 2025 Hawaiki Nui Va from Tahiti is made possible by TNTV, Tahiti Nui Television, Are Tahiti, ShopOutrigger.com, Ocean Paddler TV, and these great supporters. When you're on the water, you want to be safe. But the Voga Va'a flotation vest is also designed with a snug fit and comfort, so it won't interfere with your performance. This lightweight vest is made of flexible neoprene, giving you full mobility with every stroke. Paddlers love a vest that feels good and won't slow you down. Be smart, be safe, be comfortable with Voga at ShopOutrigger.com.
Allow us to help you grow your brand and expand your business by reaching Hawaii's giant outdoor sports and ocean enthusiast demographic. Zone Media Advertising specializes in television commercial production and campaigns, social media content production and distribution, drone and video production, cutting-edge live productions, and more. With over 25 years leading Hawaii's action sports market, give us a call to find out how we can help you grow your business.
For me, it's a Ferrari, this canoe. The V1 teaches you a lot. It can be a boat for beginner because when you're beginner, you don't expect nothing from a boat. You will learn with the boat. So the Marara is a boat for everyone. It's a boat who can increase the glide like very high. You can, in 2 or 3 strokes, you can improve like 1 or 2 kilometers. So that's why I love the Marara.